off. Welcome to Cumtown. We have a special guest today, Tim Dylon.
Thank you so much.
Adam's classic bit of saying a thing the wrong way.
Thank you very much, Adam. I appreciate the opportunity.
It was a reference to the Chappelle Show bit.
Yeah.
Dylon.
I'm sorry I paid that man to hit you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Adam's classic bit of a bit from a TV show. Of doing a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me started on the Ally McBeal CGI baby.
You know, Ally McBeal got great when they brought John Bon Jovi onto the show.
Listen, man, Ally McBeal had some great fucking moments.
I saw JBJ in the flesh.
Great moments, great pair tits.
It's weird. It's weird that Harrison Ford.
You're listening to 90s sitcom review. We're talking about great moments, great pairs of tits. Mimi Bobek, would you fuck her? I would, myself.
First unisex bathroom on television.
Was
Is
Mimi
that real?
Bobek's pussy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, everyone's shitting on Mimi Bobek's pussy.
Yeah.
Drew and then Dietrich. What was the guy's name? The other
Which
guy?
one? The one from Whose Line Is It
Colin
Anyway?
Mockery was played.
Not Colin Mockery. He
Colin
wasn't in
Mockery
it.
played Oscar. Not Colin, but Ryan Stiles.
Ryan
played-
Stiles.
Played like Oswald.
Yeah.
And then the other
The
one
other guy
was
from
like
Office
Dietrich.
Space
Yeah.
that was on
No,
the...
Dietrich was the name of the actor.
Oh, yeah,
that
the
played.
next door neighbor in Office Space.
None of the
Yeah.
court cases made any sense on Ally McBeal. Every court case
Yeah.
was like ridiculous.
I never saw Ally McBeal ever in my life.
Yeah.
I found it
lost
weird
it.
that Harrison Ford smashed Callista Flockhart.
He's still
Remember how,
does.
remember how the big joke
Why?
was that she was anorexic?
He's
Yeah.
he's a king.
That's what I mean. I would think
Oh,
he would.
yeah, he wouldn't smash her.
I
She's
would-
like an anorexic.
I think an older, man wants to fuck a lady with bigger, just a heftier, not hefty, but I don't know. As you age, you want a sturdier woman in your life.
well,
I
he
would guess.
he wanted like a young boy.
Someone with hips and
Yeah.
big titties.
Yeah.
A real MILF. You switch to the MILF category of woman.
Yeah, like a thick kind of. Yeah, he did not do that.
No.
No, he went anorexic.
Yeah.
Out of the clinic.
Right? Yeah.
Callista Flockhart. Just teaching her how to eat butter again. Just like do toast and warm water for the first couple of days. Get your system back. That's what he liked.
Yeah.
Just sliding that dick right into her innards. No resistance.
Rearranging those guts.
Yeah,
We gotta slowly expand your stomach.
with semen. We will start with semen, and
A teaspoon of semen
Yeah.
a day.
we'll move on to solid food by the end of the week. Semen and then soup.
Yeah. A warm water with a chicken bone in it. That's what
Yeah.
you start with.
I call her Chewy, ironically. She doesn't eat anything.
He's a dude that I feel like got away with any Me Too. If Harrison Ford Me Too'd you were like,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
She's like, yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
I fucked with
there's
Harrison
nothing
Ford.
he could do to you.
Yeah, if you wanted to fuck Harrison Ford, you sort of wanted him to fucking,
Yeah,
throw you around in a leather jacket.
dude, you wanted him to grab you in the back of a car and go, this is happening now.
Yeah.
The actor that played Short Round is like,
Yeah.
he raped me repeatedly on set. And he's like,
Who gives a shit? Who cares? Listen, kid, that's just something that fucking happens in show
Yeah.
business.
That's what the president does.
He didn't get sexed in, though. He was a carpenter, right? He was George Lucas's carpenter.
that's like one of those like
That's
bullshit.
like an urban legend, I think.
Oh, you want to tell the
It's
story?
the
No.
shittiest urban legend ever.
First of all,
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. Like the way people are like Rodney Dangerfield didn't do comedy till he was 65.
Yeah, this incredibly
That's
hot
not true.
actor
Yeah,
was
he was an
like,
actor, and his side job was being a carpenter.
Was a carpenter, yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't even know he could act.
but it helped him out.
That guy, Guardians of the Galaxy, though, was like kind of just a guy who lived in a van in
Who, Chris
Hawaii.
Pratt?
Yeah, I think so.
no,
And then he was working.
Nope, he was on
That sounds
TV,
so fake.
on TV when he was 19, 20 years
yeah,
old.
he was on the
His career-
WB show.
His career dwindled, and then he was always like. There's nobody that like accidentally got into acting.
yeah, everybody's kind of
That's
hanging
beautiful
around.
anyway. Some weird character
Yeah.
actors, maybe I could see that, but like some guy that's just a leading man type motherfucker.
Well, Jonah Hill was Dustin Hoffman's kid's babysitter. That's true.
Yeah, but he was also a
He was also-
playwright and like.
Listen, I'm not
And he
knocking
was like
Jonah
a
Hill.
Hollywood kid, too.
No,
I'm
his
just
parents
saying-
were
His parents
like,
were
yeah.
industry.
Yeah, he's a talented dude. I'm just saying sometimes,
I fuck with Jonah Hill. I remember seeing him when he plays that super fat kid in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah.
And literally being like, damn,
Oh, trying to
I could
return
be a
the fish
fat ass
shoes.
kid. Yeah. I want to be a fat ass child in a fucking movie.
Jonah Hill was the inspiration for a lot of morbidly obese kids to not get help.
Right here, bro. You're looking
Yeah,
at
to just keep, to just
An
keep getting
inspiration.
fat.
He wasn't popular until you were already like 18, 19 years
No,
old.
Superbad was when I was like 16. You know, first of all, 40-Year-Old
No.
Virgin came out
You
when
were
I was in
18.
sophomore.
I was 20 when Superbad came out.
No.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I
that's
remember it was on summer vacation. From
Here's the
college,
point.
My sophomore year.
at a time when I could have been transitioning into my
Being a
grown
person.
man's body.
Yeah,
At a very fat puberty doesn't happen until you're 19.
that's true.
Because you don't even it slows down all your hormones and all that other stuff, and you're not even a sexual being in anyone's
And then you're not
eyes.
even a teenager after fat puberty. You're a man.
yeah,
You're like a middle-aged man.
Yeah, exactly.
You go
I
from
went
being
from-
a child.
Those
Yeah.
guys were so
Yeah.
funny. It was like,
Yeah.
you know, we were
That's me.
we were all 17 together, and then suddenly, like,
Yeah.
Eric's 38.
Yeah,
Dude, I've looked like a 40-year-old diner
Yeah.
owner since I was like,
dude. When I was
19 years
22, I would show up to school. People would be like, "Someone's dad is here
Yeah.
to pick them up." I was just a retired cop. Like, as soon as puberty was over, I was just. you know,
Meanwhile, like, I'm 30, and I could look 15 with a couple of, like,
Yeah.
costume changes.
Yeah.
Maybe just clean up my facial hair a little bit.
I go in auditions for 60-year-olds. You know, like WME will send me on like, and they're just like, yeah, there's the age range unimportant because they don't want to admit it. And then I'll ask people in the room, I'm like, what is this character? They're like, they're 40s, 50s.
Yeah,
you know, I'm like,
yeah.
oh, this is
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
yeah, he's just a fat former
Yeah.
drug addict. It's
He's
just
a
you,
bus
but-
driver
Yeah.
that has a breakdown.
Yeah.
So they just want you to look into the camera and scream. And I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll do that. And then I'm like, thanks for having me.
Of course.
Good to be here.
Well, Adam, weren't you telling me that the guy who played Frank Sabatka in The Wire was only
Was like 28
29
years
or
old,
something?
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just bald.
Yeah, he
it
just
sucks.
looked like shit.
That's happened to me where
Well,
I
the guy
like.
that played the older brother on Hannah Montana, he's supposed to be like 16. He was like 31 years old.
Well, he looked
Yeah.
old as shit.
I remember,
though.
what's his name? Tommy McNamara was like, yeah, I'm 24 years old. Or something.
No,
he
he's
looks
not-
old. He's
is he
bald.
24?
Old,
He's
yeah.
probably lying.
I think he's
No, he's
in his,
26
like,
probably.
mid-20s.
He's just got a dad
That's fat
look.
puberty. That's fat puberty right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's not even that fat. It's just
No,
fat
Tommy used to be
enough.
fat
Mike
as shit.
McRae's
Yeah.
like that. Mike McRae's way, because I remember he's the same age as Chris
Shouts out
Cubas.
Tommy.
They should have a separate thing in school for fat puberty. Like,
Absolutely.
they take you in a room. They're like, listen,
You get to fuck 32-year-old women.
Yeah,
you get to
you're-
lose your virginity to them.
your teenage years are not going to begin.
Yeah.
I hung out at a bar. This is true. In 11th grade, I swear to God, me and this other guy named Paul Homkow hung out at a martini lounge called the Baby Grand. Okay? We were never carded. It was all adults in Long Island cheating on their wives.
Hell yeah.
And me and Paul Homkow,
Fit right in.
16-year-olds, never carded who would drink gin.
Awesome.
It's like, that's fat puberty.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. Because it kicked in late for me. I looked.
Yeah.
I was, but 20, 21, it's like, I went from everyone thinking I was like 13
Yeah.
to everyone being like, I would say my age, they're like, what?
And then you realize baby fat is just then disgusting.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
baby fat just becomes repulsive fat
Yeah.
overnight. It's just like, oh, it was cute.
Yes.
And now I'm literally an
Now
animal.
no one wants to fuck me.
Yeah, now I'm an animal.
Everyone goes from pinching your cheeks to not wanting to
Yeah,
suck your
now I can't fly without it being an issue. You know, without
Yeah,
like
yeah,
getting
It's
a-
just- and then, but then there's also like things that happen to fat people, like when you've been fat your whole life. Like, look at how Stav's earlobes are horizontal.
yeah.
what do you mean?
They go, they point
I
out.
don't think that's a fact.
That's not a
because,
bad thing. That's
because
a,
you're so fat that
that's
your
a-
neck is
no,
pushed.
genetic thing.
that is
No,
absolutely
your
not
fat
true.
fucking head is pushed.
No,
your
bitch.
earlobes.
Look at
Is
Tim's.
that true? I don't know.
You
Is
don't
that-
have to-
Tim's-
You're not as fat as Stav.
Are
I
you
am as
kidding
fat.
me?
I am
Tom,
as
Tim is
fat as
fat as
Stav.
shit.
Taller.
No, look at Stav's
No,
round.
come on. How dare you
Stav's
say
neck is
Tim's
so
less fat
fat.
than me?
I am as fat as
Thank,
Stav,
I know. We're
100%.
brothers in being fat.
I'm
Tim.
just I'm taller.
You're
Yeah.
taller, but
Yeah.
I guarantee your body fat percentage is slightly lower than
I don't
Stav's.
know.
Not
I
enough to
don't
change
know.
earlobe pushing.
Yeah, that's true.
No, it is.
I think
No.
if my years would be as fucked as Stav's years.
Thank you, Tim.
Stav's ears point.
Stop trying to
imagine-
drive a wedge in the fat
Can
community.
you imagine a
Nick.
doctor
a
listening
wedge
to
in
this conversation? Be like, all right, let me simplify this. They both should be dead. Neither one of them should
It's
exist
a
on this
miracle.
planet.
Yeah. I'm starting to get
And
to
then
the point.
Nick and Adam are like emaciated.
yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
You guys need
Nick's,
to eat.
Nick's muscular. I'm a smooth little.
You're a Jewish boy from a sleepover.
Yeah.
That's the kids that I would have sleepovers with.
That's also Tim's internet search history.
Yeah, that is
Jewish
my
boy
Jewish
sleepover.
It's my YouTube.
Yeah.
My bloody dad's Google search history.
Yeah.
It's my bloody dad's history.
Dad likes Jewish boys from the sleepover.
Yeah. How to fuck a child. It's my bloody dad's Google search history.
Now, see that one sentence would turn that from the worst
Yeah.
to the best bit
Unbelievable.
in comedy.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
If
How
it was-
to disown your dark daughter. My bloody dad's Google search history. How to disinvite your dark daughter from...
We should
Oh,
literally
God.
move to Australia, man.
We could be.
Yeah.
Did
yeah.
you guys see Demi Lardner when you were in
No,
Australia?
they brought her up. They were like, "Do you know who she is? She's pretty big."
That's
And
so
we're like,
funny.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, she
Everyone's
wears
mean
the
to her.
socks and sandals.
Yeah.
It's just crazy that a country that big, it's just like, yeah, we don't really have we don't really have entertainment.
Yeah, but the
other than-
population, there's like 30 people who live in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
More people live in Tokyo, right?
Oh, yeah, a lot.
I don't
of
know.
them.
Yeah.
But
It's a great observation.
people lose term.
Yeah, right. You mean digits.
Yeah.
Credits live in Tokyo.
Australians are big motherfuckers
They're
too.
very, yeah, they're
Well, they're just,
pretty tall.
I mean, I've not been there. I know you guys have been there, but isn't the climate just conducive to like being outside and being a person?
Yeah, it's nice. Dude.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
I
Yeah,
think
it was nice.
Melbourne gets.
I liked
colder.
Australia a lot. That's
Yeah.
why I'm saying we move there. We become Australian TV stars.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though, is like their comedy is shitty,
Yeah.
but they all like that shitty comedy. So in your head, you're like, oh, you could just move to Australia and
And
be the best
crush.
comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they already have their best comic. It's somebody that isn't funny.
And they
You
like
go
that.
over there and,
Yeah.
and do good jokes, and they're like, hey, this is not really it. Why don't you say, like,
Yeah, right,
you know, I
right.
went to the store, but it was closed. Not my day, is it?
It's like when you have a
Zero punchlines. That's what we like. Someone who's just pleasant. Just a pleasant person
Right,
who's
yeah.
describing going
Nick
about
Cody's
the day.
funny though.
It's
Yeah,
like when you
Nick
have,
Cody is like the only
Yeah,
one
they-
that's like,
there's a few.
yeah.
It's
There's
like when you
some
have like a
funny
white
ones.
trash friend and they love like McDonald's and you're like, I'll take you to Peter Luger's, and then they go, they're like, this is okay, but I just like McDonald's because I'm a white trash
is
piece of
okay.
shit.
It's just
Yeah,
like this.
yeah.
Like if you looked at American comedy and it's like who our best comics are. If I wasn't an American and I saw Amy Schumer and people were like, this is the best comic in America, I'd be like, oh, comedy in America is garbage.
Right, yeah.
I'd be like, this is fucking absolute shit.
Oh, so you think they have like? Oh, I see. Like the level underneath where you're not a superstar, you're
Yeah.
just a good comic.
Yeah.
Sure.
But we
yeah.
haven't. We
That
just
have-
only
that
know Nick,
haven't popped
basically.
Yeah,
off.
they just don't care about those
Right,
things.
right.
Yeah, it's not a right. And it's probably not a huge thing over there.
I mean, comedy's dead. It's
Comedy's
absolutely
over.
dead. But getting into comedy
Yeah.
now would be like buying
Crazy.
Bitcoin in January
Crazy.
of this
Yeah.
year.
Like putting in tens of thousands of
Right.
dollars.
When there's a list called the best comedy specials
Yeah.
on Netflix, and there's one hemming and hawing about how Chris Rock was just okay, whereas some woman whose name I can't even pronounce did a special not in English
Right.
about like what it's like, I don't know, buying
Yes.
watermelons in a
Unbelievable.
favela.
Yeah.
And you know, this is the best one I've seen.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's people write about comedy now as a job. I didn't even know that was a job.
That's an insane.
I had no idea that was a job when like things were good.
That's the other thing
Right.
too.
I'm
is
like,
'cause
you can't write an article about comedy.
there's a million people in media now, and there's not
Yeah.
enough media jobs, so they create bullshit to pay attention to.
Right.
And then these like Mike goes out of business, and they're all like, "This is the abuses of like capitalism." It's like, no, it's a shitty company.
I was at an audition for a Comedy
There's
Central show,
way too many fucking media.
and
jobs.
all the dudes in the audition room were people that write about comedy.
yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What? You guys are blue check marks on Twitter that like write like, hey, 10 times Amy Schumer was racist, and I'm like, oh, you're auditioning to be a correspondent on this
That
show,
fucking sucks.
and it's like, oh yeah,
That
They're
that's
all
fucking
just, they're all
sucks,
just failed
Dick.
comics, right? If
A
you're
lot of
yeah,
them.
but
comedy
they're
critic,
I
A
guess
lot of
they're failed comics, but they're also like
You're also a failed journalist.
they're failed
Yeah.
people. They're like, there's no, but they're also financially successful at it's occasionally when they
Are
can figure
they?
out a way to brand. Yeah, because sometimes they can figure out a way to brand. That level
Vulture
of,
has 2 comedy critics
it's,
for like
it's
a
so
for like an
absurd.
online publication.
The guy from the New York Times is like always writing about like how hard it is to be a comedy. I'm like, is this insane? Like,
Yeah.
is this what world is this?
It's
Wow.
comedy is bullshit. The criticism of comedy is beyond bullshit.
I mean, it's absurd.
yeah. but whatever.
I only want to hear Brett Kavanaugh's opinion on stand-up comedy.
Who do you think he likes?
He would like this show.
He likes-
We
Yeah.
just watched Judge Dredd, but Judge Brett would be even better.
Yeah, Judge
Yeah.
Brett
He's
would be
got the
phenomenal.
helmet on.
I want to be Judge Brett.
Yeah.
I want to do Fat Terminator. I want to do Judge
Oh,
Brett.
no, Judge Brett. And it's
That
Brett.
article
Oh.
in Vanity Fair made me like him. That, like,
Not the
he
food.
stuffs nerds into garbage cans. He was hammered all the time. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this
Yeah,
guy.
it does sound cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sounds like
except for
somebody
he
that
sucks.
should be enforcing the law.
Yeah.
yeah.
This guy is, he's a
Somebody
winner.
who understands power in society and who should wield it.
Right. Right. I don't want those garbage nerd people sitting on a
Yeah,
court.
you know who should be making decisions? A histrionic victim. That's who should be deciding what's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did just watch Judge Dredd. We were gonna
No,
podcast.
not
Judge
Judge
Dredd.
Dredd.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Dread.
just
Just
Dredd.
dread.
We were gonna podcast an hour and a half ago, but the movie got on, and what are you
Yeah.
gonna do? Not
It's a
watch,
great movie.
Not watch a whole movie, man, for no fucking reason. We also are gonna do the Christmas album, probably.
It's an inspiring movie because you're like, I want to write a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would love to write a movie like that. That would be great.
70% of it is just sound effects.
Yeah.
Splat.
Yeah.
Blammo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in parentheses,
Like-
just goes squish, bow, 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 bow,
Yeah.
bow, bow,
Yeah.
bow.
No, I mean, there is like a story, and a lot does
Yeah.
happen.
Sure.
In Dread?
Yeah.
Nah, dude, the story you could say in like
It's
a
like The
paragraph.
Raid.
Yeah,
It is basically like The Raid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could, no, I mean,
But that's a lot of
to write it.
action
Yeah,
movies.
you could. The treatment for that would be like 2 pages long. It's not like you.
Were you a
that's not,
fan of like Last Action Hero and stuff? 'Cause
I
when I was
love
growing
that
up,
movie.
I love that stuff.
I'm sorry. Was he asking you the question, Adam?
Just The Room. He was asking The Room.
I think I felt like I was being looked at.
It sounded like
I was addressing Nick.
I have the cancer.
I gotta be honest.
May I answer the question, Adam? May I answer the question?
No, you may not. Go ahead, answer the question, Nick.
All right, this is hot.
No. This is
I
Adam's
gotta be
show.
honest with you. It's very
This is
attractive.
Adam's show.
I also
Where he
had
gets to
the.
ask and answer.
Why
all
don't
the
you
questions.
answer, Adam? Have you ever seen
You
Last
like the
Action
movie, right,
Hero?
Adam?
I loved it as a kid. And I
Okay,
had
all
the
right.
game-
Now, Nick, how about you?
I had the
answer?
game
No,
for
no, no,
NES.
no. Well, now the conversation's moved on. Nick, how about
I
you?
don't even
answer?
want to participate.
Oh, now he's salty.
How old were you when that came out?
Elementary school.
All right.
Who
well,
gives
that's-
a shit?
Yeah.
Well, that's not
How
good.
about that?
Yeah, what came out when you were like 15 or 16, Adam?
Yeah, what was
movie?
that? When you were like 16 and a half,
It was like
17?
sleepover movies.
17, but you looked 18. What movie came out that year?
Well,
And when
first
did
of
you
all-
watch it? Did you watch it with another friend?
First of all, I
And
still
was it your
look
best
18.
friend? Like a friend that
The
you
kind of
keep,
guy you could keep secrets
you'd
with?
keep secrets with forever?
Tim, you would have loved
I know I
our
would have.
Jewish summer camps. There
Let
was
me
a
tell you
lot
right
of-
now.
He's
There's
trying
a-
to deflect from him being the victim. in
No,
this.
no, no.
I would
first
love
of
them
all-
now.
Let's go deeper into this fantasy.
I'm kidding. It's a kid fucking joke.
It was
Come
all.
on.
There was just pantsings and a
Yeah.
lot of proto homoerotic.
How many
eroticism.
guys' cocks did you see at Jewish summer camp?
Everyone saw
A
it.
lot of
Everyone's
little
cock.
Jewy cocks.
Yeah. A lot of
Little
small,
white privileged Jew
small
cocks.
cut dicks.
Small cut dicks.
Yeah.
Whiny.
Oh, yeah.
Heterosexual men. Dude, Jewish men are so effeminate. I was a lifeguard at a beach club.
Yeah.
Jewish men,
Maybe
a
you're
lot
not
of
even
them
gay.
are full on gay.
Yeah,
Jewish
yeah.
men are full on gay. Like a
Yeah,
Jewish
yeah.
guy will come up to you and be like, "Oh my God, stop with the weather. My wife's coming at 1 with the kids." I'm like, "Your wife?" He's like, "I'm here." He's wearing like a weird kaftan, like a weird, like weird,
Yep.
like like the pool shoes. He's covered unevenly with sunscreen. He's got like globs of sunscreen all over him.
Yeah.
He's like, "Can we just get a little bit of rain? Just something to cool me off." I'm like, "Oh, you're a homosexual," but he's not. He's
were
just
at-
a wealthy Jewish man.
Yeah.
Right.
We were at a party.
They all
this
have
weekend.
the posture of a desk lamp too.
Yes, because they go through a different kind of puberty. It's not fat puberty. It's like Jew puberty,
puberty.
where it's like you get really hot or you just become like a gay man with AIDS. Like, that's what Jewish men look like. It's like either Tom Hanks at the end of Philadelphia, but they don't die. They just get richer and they stay around.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it's like they just
Oh, no, yeah.
they come in, they've got lesions on their face. I'm like, "Oh, this is AIDS." They're like, "No, it's the sun. Too much sun. God, I need some tuna."
Yeah, we were at a party this week, and there were these 2 construction workers from Queens. These
That's
like 2
right.
Italian guys.
That's right. What
And then I left. I left to go.
You and those guys
No, you
take
didn't
off
leave.
somewhere.
No,
Adam?
no.
You came back.
And like I left.
They
I
wanted to
left
show you
like
something cool in their work van.
I left like 5 minutes. No. No, they were like they
Dude, that
were,
would be my line. Yo, I got a van. I got something cool in it. Who's in?
They did ask me. They're like, "Yo, you want to go to Whitestone and like get a bag and like rail lines the rest of the night?" And
Yeah.
Oh, you were about to get
Oh,
spit
come
roasted.
I was
on.
like, "No, I wasn't." No. But then like I
What
left.
did you think would have happened if you went to Whitestone?
No,
Did you
no,
imagine it?
no. Those guys were like, they were not homosexuals.
Well,
You
those,
don't
were,
think so?
those were roughnecks. Those guys were like,
Oh, yeah, let me tell you.
They just
know.
wanted to hang out with you and do
No,
coke
no,
all
no,
night.
no.
You ever heard
Let
that
me
MC
finish
Light song? Gotta get a roughneck.
Roughnecks are oil workers, right?
I don't know.
It's a means something. You can't just say words because you think they mean something.
So they were just tough.
He's just
men.
thinking
So I
about the
left-
way how their grip would feel on his
I'm
neck.
tired of this.
I left.
Words have meaning, Adam.
I can't take it anymore. You can't just say things.
Thank you, Nick.
You're welcome.
All right, so you and these
So I
roughnecks.
left. No, I left, and then one of them goes up to Dasha like right after I leave, and they're like, "Hey, give you want to give Mickey your number, like the other construction worker?"
Roughneck.
And
So
she
Adam
was like,
getting cocked.
she was like,
He was
no,
like,
she
"This
was
is
like, I
crazy."
date that Jew, and he's like, I've never met a Jew that's not effeminate.
He's
Well,
right.
you know, listen.
And then him and Dasha kind of went to the work van. He had some cool stuff to show
no,
her.
she didn't.
What
That's
kind of
where-
party
That's
was
where
this?
she's at right now.
Didn't you say you
It was
left?
at Amber's.
How do you know? You left, didn't you?
I went because Amber lives across the street from me, so I went to go walk my dog.
Oh, but Dasha
Ladies and
stayed,
gentlemen
huh?
of the jury, I plan to set aside some of your time today to prove that Adam's girlfriend is in fact cucking him. Now, I know you're
She's not.
saying you have this young black man you're trying to defend in a murder case. Why would you waste time doing this? It's because I'm a public defender and I have lost interest in my job. I would much rather humiliate my friend than fix this man who was broken since birth. Anyways, yeah, she's
Yeah,
She's
so
fucking
she
that guy.
cheated on me. Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
what?
Yeah.
You know what?
You should
2019
act
I
out.
don't care,
it's
honestly.
2019, dude.
You know what?
There was a new polyamory article that dropped today.
Oh, well,
Hot
you know
no
what?
man.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
Just what the doctor ordered.
They said that it's the most radical act, or like
Is it
quiet
really?
radical act.
Fucking more than one person
Yeah,
is
that's-
radical?
That was the
No,
thesis
wow.
of the
Everything
article.
that happens now is a radical.
It's a
act.
radical act.
To resist Trump.
It used to just be fucking people.
To watch your
Doing
wife
coke.
get fucked to resist Trump.
Yeah.
No, I saw an article
Cocks.
a couple years ago that was like being fat is literally a radical.
Well, it is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
no, it's by definition not an act.
It's,
Yeah,
it's a
it's-
radical
I'll
act.
tell you right now, it's the
By
absence.
inaction.
It's
You
the
know-
absence of radical action.
No, it is. I'm taking on big oil.
The best thing is like every now and then I will read the Twitter thread
Big
of a
oil is,
fat.
of course, the conglomerate of canola, olive.
Yeah, how much olive oil? Yeah.
I've taken
I'm
on big
physically
oil.
trying to ingest all the oil in the
Have
world.
you ever read like a fat activist?
No.
Like on Twitter, like there'll be a fat activist who's like,
Yeah, Lindy.
If
Lindy
you-
or
Oh,
Roxanne
okay.
Gay.
if you or any of them, but there's some of them that are so extreme where they're like, if someone loses weight, they're infringing.
That's
they're
Uncle Tom.
perpetuating an unhealthy body stereotype
Yeah.
that harms me.
yeah,
so if
it's-
you lose
it's
weight,
internalized greaseogyny.
it's the craziest thing in the world. So it's just like, oh, just be fat, stay fat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know it's
Yeah.
weird when they're like, yeah.
That Lindy article that was like, fat people, we can swing this election.
Oh God.
And it's like, just what kind of weird universe you've eaten yourself into?
yeah.
That you've gone to a hole in the back of the pantry and wound up in some kind of fat Narnia.
Yeah.
Where other people,
that sounds good.
yeah.
I want to go to Fat Narnia.
I was just about to
Now that I
say.
think about it.
I wanted to be on board with you, Nick, but Fat Narnia, me,
Yeah,
Stav,
dude.
and Lindy are in that
Yeah.
fucking sled with the white witch.
Absolutely.
And it is not moving fast.
No.
I do remember learning about truffles from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
The
Turkish
lion.
delight.
As a
You were-
fat
oh, yeah.
child,
You were like,
learning
what
what,
is-
truffles
yeah.
were, I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Turkish delight.
I literally asked my mom to buy Turkish Delight when I read that book.
You didn't
You
see when
forget that
yeah.
you forget that I'm a double agent.
You used to be fat.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
defected.
Yeah, you used to be fat.
Yeah,
I
but
was-
it
I was
informed my
chubby.
personality.
Sorry, man.
I
You
was
spent too
chubby
many
in
of your
middle
formative
school.
years having sex and not being fat.
Yeah, you fucked at like 13. It
That's
doesn't
not,
matter.
That's not true, but it's like it's also no, it does do something to your self-esteem.
For sure. I'm with you on that one.
Where it's like you'll never
be
like
cool as a person who was never fat.
yeah, right. You'll never
Yeah.
have that confidence. Like
I know fat kids that are now thin that are like insufferable because they're trying too hard.
yeah.
And it's like, oh, you're still a fat kid inside.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah,
always hate yourself.
That's an evil. That is a real evil.
You always hate
type of
yourself,
person.
and you don't even have the like the escape of, because then people are like, oh, well, that person's like just attractive or not bad looking or whatever, and you can't be like, I'm the big fat guy, like
Yeah.
I'm just,
See, I was a hot kid and then a fat kid, and that's rough.
Oh, that is
You go
very
from
rough.
a hot kid
That's very rough.
to a fat kid.
No, I was like fat from the get go, and then it got worse, and
You should
I
always start
miss
off
it.
fat. You should never start off hot.
Yeah,
If you start off hot,
yeah.
you got to either stay hot or it's over.
Yeah.
It really is.
I know. I agree.
If
with
you're a
you.
hot 8-year-old, which I was,
Yeah.
11, you're either hot or it's over. You're
Yeah.
done.
That happened to me too. I just got ugly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gorgeous.
Did you ever get molested? Did either of you get molested? At
I was
being
never
gorgeous?
molested, and I regret it. And it's something that I look back and think every pedophile in my neighborhood was so fucking asleep because I was hot as fuck.
Yep.
I was a child actor. My parents, because they're just so unmotivated, should have been pimping me out
Yes.
all over LA.
That's so.
They should have been just throwing me in pools
Mm-hmm.
with whoever,
Suck your way out of the deep end,
It's just
Timmy.
like
Yeah.
it's like some documentary about child abuse or whatever in Hollywood, and then they interview parents. They're like, I thought that's what he wanted.
He always said he wanted to go in the pool. He loved the pool.
He wanted to meet Brian Singer. At 6 years old, he
Yeah.
knew who Brian Singer was.
He was a special boy.
And he said, Mom, I need some glitter.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be in the next X-Men movie.
Yeah.
I want to do the flashback when they're doing Wolverine as a baby.
It was an audition.
That's gotta be me.
And it was an overnight audition. I thought that's what it was. Like, I thought there's all these parents with Lou Pearlman
yeah,
where they were
that's-
like, we thought that's what it was. Like, we brought all of our kids to this sweaty fat guy in an airplane hangar and a blimp, and he watched them dance around, and then he picked a few of them, and he goes, well, now we're going to go to my house for a week. And we're like, whoa.
Oh, he must really like our son.
We thought, well, that's Hollywood, I guess. I mean, we were in the backwoods of Florida, but we just thought
yeah.
that must be how Hollywood
We're
works.
gonna take a little cruise to international waters
Yeah.
and have an audition.
Yeah, I auditioned for a movie in one of those hallways that only security guards are allowed to use in the mall.
And we had the best of intentions, and
Damn, dude.
it's amazing. It's
Those-
crazy.
And that guy just got away with it, right? Lou Pearlman never went to fucking
Dude, Lou
jail.
Yes, he
Pearlman,
did.
if you were
Oh,
a
he did?
pedophile,
But not for being a pedophile. I think
what?
for like money stuff.
I think he went away for like embezzlement. But
Yeah.
if you're a pedophile, Lou Pearlman is the guy whose picture you have on the
He's
wall.
Michael Jordan.
He's
But
the guy.
was he actually
Yeah.
a pedophile? I mean,
Dude,
he had to
oh,
have been.
Dude,
Yeah,
he
had
was.
to have
Dude,
been.
he was.
By
he would just.
proximity.
This is from the kids' stories.
The
We did
Dawn
an
of
episode on this
Orlando.
on my podcast. They would be like laying in a bed, and he would just come in the middle of the night, like fat, flabby, naked, and just jump on them. And they would be like, "What's going on?" He'd be like, "It's a joke. I'm kidding around. This is fun. We're all having." And they were like, "What?" And then I think he did like sick shit. Like he was like, "Now you have
Yeah.
to blow me."
And that's how O-Town started.
Yeah, that's
All
how
of them.
that's how we got some of the best music of our generation.
Backstreet Boys, he fucked Nick and Aaron Carter.
Dude,
Yeah.
if
Did
that's the case,
Yeah.
Well, Aaron would get him started.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people, they don't know that.
dude, I spilled a lot of
Aaron would
seeds
get 'em worked
to
up.
the Carter family.
Yeah.
I will tell you that.
You got real Pearlman-like taste.
Carter is. I mean, they were like you would just.
I love to imagine an 18-year-old Tim looking identical to how he looks now.
Yeah.
Just hunched over a Windows 95 computer.
Oh, baby.
Download, get an Aaron Carter fan
Or
club
Jesse
dot com.
McCartney. That was another one.
Who was
is
that? Who was
that?
Oh man, you don't know Jesse McCartney?
Was he on?
He was on
New
All My
Kids from the
Children, and
Block?
then he had that show. He had that song, "Beautiful Soul." Beautiful Soul.
No, don't
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know that. We're cool.
Yeah, apparently. I apologize.
No. I was.
No,
I
it's
used
cool
to
to
love
know
boy
everything.
bands.
It's cool to know Tiger Beat because those kids went through
That's
it.
like. Have you ever seen Todd Solondz Happiness? That movie.
No, what is that?
It's this movie. Anyway, the dad in the movie would buy like Tiger Beats or like
Yeah.
all those like second tier like teen boy magazines.
I
and
wouldn't
then
call him
masturbate-
second tier, but go on.
and then masturbate in his van.
Wait a minute. So
But-
what's the premise of the movie?
It's all these people in New Jersey.
It's a
like,
kid. He's new in town. He wants to get on this like little league team, but there's a
No,
dog.
no, no.
His dad's a
stealing the baseballs.
pedophile.
Yeah, yeah. It's a
He gets
really-
bullied in school. His dad loves kid. It's a weird like.
It's a really good movie. Philip Seymour Hoffman's in it, and he plays a guy that just calls women out of the phone book like a Romeo dialer, and he just tries to keep them on the phone while he masturbates.
Oh, dude, I'm watching
Yeah,
this
yeah.
tonight.
It's
That sounds
really good.
cool.
Dude,
You
I'm
seen
watching
Love
this
Liza?
tonight. What is Love Liza?
Oh, where his wife dies?
Another Philip Seymour Hoffman movie, but he plays a guy whose wife had just killed herself, and he can't bring himself to read the suicide note. So
Yeah.
he's like going into work, and he's just a fucking zombie. And he's like trying to clean the house because he's got to move out of it because his wife's dead. And while he's cleaning, he just starts like huffing cleaner, and then he becomes addicted to inhalants.
Oh, yeah.
And then he starts huffing gas, and to justify all the gas he's buying in small quantities, he has to get into like model airplane, like RC airplanes. And then he's going to these RC airplane events, like, and he's like suffering from brain damage from like. You
This
know
is
what
back when you could just get a film made.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
they're-
yeah.
Where you can make art.
yeah.
You could just do things.
Hey,
Yeah.
No, it's like I mean, it's one of his best performances.
No, I
Yeah,
want
yeah,
now
that
these are
sounds
two movies
awesome.
I
It's
need to
fucking
watch.
depressing as
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like,
should
how does this
definitely watch
elevate
Happy.
marginalized people? You're like, it doesn't. It's,
a good husband. Yeah, he was such
great
a good actor,
dude.
yeah.
He was great, man. But you know what?
Yeah.
It's sad. It's, you know.
Just the conviction
that
with which he
horse.
delivers that line in Along Came Polly.
Where
gotta
he
get outta
sharded?
here.
Yeah.
I sharded. Tried to fart, and a little shit came out.
Yeah, he plays a former child actor too in that movie.
He's dude. He's a good in everything he does. He's one of those guys. Even
He's
if the
the
movie
best.
sucks, he's like, you can watch it.
I just
I
watched,
loved well. That's what he yells. In a Love
I
Liza.
loved well.
I loved well. I think something like that. Yeah.
I watched Boogie Nights again recently.
It's
Yeah.
the best
That
movie
shit
ever.
fucking rocks, dude. He tries to suck off Mark Wahlberg in that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I want to dial in a PSH.
You could do it. You had him. I feel like you were
Once
working
or
on it for
twice.
like
You
6
got
months.
it a couple times. Do you
Yeah.
ever see that Mission Impossible where he plays the bad guy in it?
Yeah.
Incredible.
He's great.
No, I'm gonna watch
I
it.
never finished The Rock.
It's like Mission Impossible 4, I think.
Oh, dude, I gotta get
He's
a
the
list of
villain.
movies to watch.
Yeah. You
Mission
gotta watch
Impossible
that one.
4. I'm gonna
the
watch.
most recent
it's 5.
Mission Impossible was like fun, but you can tell they wrote it in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It was like ridiculous. It was like a gang of white terrorists. I forget their name. They were like, it's called the Legion. Or,
Yeah,
and then it like made no sense. They're like, they attack for a political and commercial reason. Like it was like everything.
Right.
Like
Because you
it's
can't
just an
have,
umbrella. You know.
can't have Muslim terrorists anymore because it's
No,
not politically correct.
right.
You can't have Chinese terrorists because they're such a big film market.
Right.
Like they'll get pissed off and not see
Oh,
your
true.
movie
Yeah.
if you make them into
I
the
feel
bad
like
guys.
Russians are back.
Oh, they were called like the disciples, the
some
apostles,
shit like that.
the
yeah.
apostles, and they were like they attacked for no reason at all. It was like there doesn't even need to be a plot. They're like they just attack, so we're gonna get them.
That's pretty cool. I
Yeah, it was
respect that.
fun.
Yeah,
It was a fun movie.
that's kind of like Dread.
He does all his own stunts still, dude. And he's
Oh,
like
Tom
58.
Cruise?
Seymour
Yeah.
Hoffman.
Yeah. Jackie Chan too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been working on a Jackie Chan impression.
How you
Yeah,
feeling?
why don't we take that one for a spin?
Let's hear it, dude. Bust that shit out.
Yo, I'm in a movie called Rough Riser.
Rough Rider.
He was in Rough Riser, huh?
Why killed herself?
How old is Chan now?
He's old.
Probably
Dude.
like 70.
Probably like 90.
No,
He
I would
just
say
looks great.
64.
Probably his late 60s.
Yeah.
Probably late 60s.
You
I
saw
just-
that pic of Jet Li recently, right? Where he looks like shit.
No.
What's he been
Bad.
doing?
I think he has an autoimmune disease.
Oh,
That'll do
what?
it. Nobody wants to see
No.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, get him off the
He
big.
looks
Nobody
like
wants
he's
to see Jet Li with
He looks
Luke
like
Harris.
100 years old.
No.
Yeah, it's really sad.
Jet
That
Li with
sucks.
ALS.
Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
you kicked enough people. I
Yeah,
guess.
he's like the doctor's like letting him know he has a full blown AIDS. He's like, I'm sorry, but it seems that Romeo must die. Seems like you got kissed by the dragon.
Whatever happened to Chris Tucker?
He did like a stand-up special in
I watched
Dubai.
that.
Jeffrey
I watched that
Epstein's
stand-up
plane.
special.
Is that true?
His name is on the manifest.
You know Chris Tucker's the one guy that had nothing to do with pedophilia. He just needed to
Yeah,
get
he's
somewhere.
like, damn, I love planes.
yeah. He's like, I'm
Hell
going.
yeah, I'll go flying.
yeah.
The finger foods.
yeah,
are
he's like,
probably
wow,
great.
wow, these kids here.
yeah.
All right, what's up, Jeffrey? Somebody be raping a child in front of him. He's
Yeah.
like, Damn, is that nachos? Oh, it's pizza. Man, I never learned the difference. I never learned the difference between those two.
They drop him off at an all-inclusive resort, just a shitty, horrible fucking $600 for the whole week.
Yeah.
He always has like a 15-minute Michael Jackson chunk in all of his specials.
Every time.
where he
Yeah.
does Michael Jackson.
Does he defend him or?
No, he
Oh.
he was buddies.
Yeah.
He was like best friends with Michael Jackson.
Well, that now maybe the Epstein plane makes
Yeah,
more
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
I remember.
Now I'd like to
second thought.
reconsider my earlier
On
statement.
second
Chris,
thought,
Chris
yeah,
Tucker. Every time I hear Chris Tucker's name, I remember being at the Planet Hollywood in the Inner Harbor. Remember that?
Yes, sir.
And there was a kid who was
Great
looking at
restaurant.
something on the table. There's something Chris Tucker related. And he said, Chris Tucker, he's my favorite actor. Like, what a faggot.
God, I hope that kid was a Make-A-Wish kid, and he was dying.
yeah,
I hope he was going to be dead
He's
in
my
a month.
favorite actor.
God,
yeah, just
So
because
you just
Rush
mean
Hour.
you like
just-
Rush Hour?
Yeah, right.
if you ever had that thought, you shouldn't be allowed to live.
I remember, what was that movie with Steve Zahn
What movie?
and
Joyride?
and Eddie Murphy, or not Eddie Murphy, and Martin Lawrence?
Oh.
It was just some shitty cop movie, and it had just come out.
Take the mic away from me.
And it had just come out, and we were in health class, and our teacher asked what your favorite movie of all time is, and the kid just said that movie, and I was like, "That's not your favorite fucking movie, dude. That shit just came out. You're a fucking idiot."
He just saw it.
Yeah, you
recently.
just saw it,
Yeah.
and then so I was like, "Shut the fuck up,
Stop,
you
just
fucking
attack him.
bitch." No, I was quiet. I was like, "That's cool, man. I hope you think I'm cool."
I loved that there was always a kid that like said a really inappropriate movie, like somebody like we were all 8, and one
Yeah.
person was like Basic Instinct.
Yeah.
Teacher didn't know what to do.
There was always that kid
You know,
that's like.
This VHS my
This
dad
kid's being
showed
raised
me.
by cocaine addicts.
Right,
yeah.
Yeah,
There
we
was
have no idea what to
There
do.
was always that kid that's like, I watch porn.
Yeah.
And when we were like 7, like before
Yeah,
there was
before
any,
you were
Right.
jacking off.
anyone
Yeah.
had any like sexual impulses
Yeah.
whatsoever. He's like,
He
yeah,
just sat down and watched it.
we have porn at my house and I watch it.
Yeah. My parents put on porn when they have their friends over. And they don't close my door all the way. And I'll tell you this, it's a fucking wild night. That's hilarious. Dude, kids let out hilarious shit.
Oh yeah.
That should be the name of the show.
In
Kids let out hilarious shit. Bill Cosby being like, well, Brian, what's the craziest thing you've ever seen your parents do? It's like, one time my dad fucked my mom in the ass. Oh, I can't believe he let that out.
That's
I think
some
they should let
crazy
Cosby
shit.
do one more kids say the darndest things.
That
Why
would
not?
be great.
Let him do one more.
From jail.
A
From
special
jail.
release.
Let the
No,
kids-
special release.
No, let the kids come into the slammer.
Yeah, he's blind and in jail.
I
Yo.
think the alt-right should hire Les Moonves or whatever the fuck that CBS guy's name is. Create a new network,
Yeah.
primetime show.
Gavin's on it. They just
Gavin's
take
on it.
everybody.
Gavin's on it as like a fun neighbor or
Right.
whatever, but it's Roseanne and Bill Cosby.
Yes.
She's a white Jewish racist, and he's a black rapist.
He's blind.
And they're roommates together in prison.
Yeah.
And they have to figure out a way to get along, even though she hates him because he's,
Right. The SJWs put them in jail.
Yeah, she hates him because he's,
Yep.
and he hates her because she's too fat for the pills to work.
It'd take a whole month's worth to even knock her out for 30 minutes.
He's like, when's this piggly bitch gonna fall asleep? I don't know what I have to do. I spent $80 on drugs.
Did you finish the whole iced tea?
She drank a gallon of Valvoline.
She went to sleep for a half hour.
Yeah, right. I think she blinked once.
Man, I would write for that show.
Yeah, and
I would
it's
be
just called
happy.
Perfect Strangers.
Perfect Strangers. The reboot. The reboot with Roseanne and Bill Cosby. Gavin McInnes is the neighbor.
Yep.
The prison guard.
Scott
And
Baio.
it's like, what are you two getting up to in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
Scott
fun.
Baio as a walk-on cameo
Yeah.
as the warden. And then it's just like Scott Baio walks down their cell block, and you see him come into the shot, and then just like 30 seconds of woo! He just like smiles and like nods.
Jordan Peterson gives him advice as a Wilson Home Improvement character through the cell.
Yeah, through
you
a
know?
glory hole. Well, have you tried eating nothing but cum? You see, I've been on an entirely cum diet
Yeah.
for the last
For 16 years.
for the last 4.5 years. I've been drinking nothing but cum, my own cum, in fact. And this gives people the false idea that I am some sort of sick freak, when really I'm proving that self-sufficiency is possible.
What it basically is you have to save your father from the belly of the whale, but you have to do it full of cum. Because it gives you the strength and the determination, and that's what gives life meaning. To be full of cum and to save your family from a big sea
From a
creature.
dragon.
Okay, so get involved with that. You faggot. I would love if he ended everything with faggot. He was
Oh,
just like,
yeah.
oh, faggot.
Well, listen here, Bucko. Hey, Bucko.
Dude, Roseanne is still fucking great. I don't know why. She smoked cigarettes through the whole Rogan she did. It
oh,
was
really?
so
Was it
uncomfortable.
I love that, like, ABC, somebody at ABC was like, it was a mistake to fire her. They didn't bring her back, but they're like, we figured we'd get more bad PR for ourselves by just announcing that we regret this decision, that
Yeah.
we're not going to reverse.
Yeah, let's just come out with a real
So stupid.
incendiary statement about we still kind of want
Yeah, yeah.
Pizzagate loving N-word saying Roseanne. Let's just come out. By the
We
way,
like her.
who are we owned by Disney? Well, they're not going to love this, but I think let's just go out and say that we still stand by Roseanne's ideas. Let's say we find her problematic, but her ideas should live on.
We should investigate Comet Ping Pong.
I did a sketch with the president of NBC. I played a cab driver. This is true. And they made me take my podcast down when I talked about it, but they won't do that here. And this is true. It was a fact. It was an internal
Yeah,
thing.
nobody's making us take
They
shit.
weren't gonna air this. It was an internal thing. This is the CEO of NBC Universal. He runs
Hell
like
yeah.
21 companies and everything. I'm playing a cab driver in the thing. The
What a
script that we did
yeah.
had to go through like 20 filters to get approved. He meets me and he's like, "You're playing a cab driver?" And I'm like, "Yep, last white cab driver in New York City." And he turns to his four handlers. He's like, "That's not in the script, right? That's not in the, he's not saying that. He's just saying." But I get him in the thing, and I asked him like, while we were on a break, I was like, "What do you think about Roseanne?" This was when they were just announced the show. It didn't premiere yet. And he's like, it was funny. He's like, he goes. I was like, "Would you have done that? Would you have put her on?" He's like, "No." He goes, "She's changed." He goes, "That's going to be a big problem for them." And I'm like, "Yeah, maybe." And then the big ratings happen. I'm like, "Yeah, that guy, what does he fucking, $40 million a year?" I'm like, "What does he know?"
Yeah, yeah.
And then the next week she got fired. I was like, "Oh yeah, that guy."
Well,
He
she
was
was
right.
just like some fat, like poor Midwestern woman, and now she's like she had
Yeah.
like a pistachio farm.
No,
She's
it's the
like-
same thing with the Harrison Ford thing.
Yeah. No, she was around. She was a
No.
comic.
Yeah.
But she wasn't like. But you become crazy when you get that.
When you have
rich,
that kind of
dude.
money, there's
Yeah.
people that don't. There's people that indulge your insanity as
You
opposed
don't
to
have
try
to
to
be a-
counteract.
Yeah,
it.
she, yeah, exactly.
It's like
That's what I
Michael
mean.
Jackson. It's like they're giving him injections. Hey, you can have a roll. Like the appropriate response is, no, you can't have a roller coaster in your backyard.
Right.
Why?
Right.
We don't need to
But
explain
what if I
it.
want to use it to have sex with children? And they're like, well, why didn't you say so, Michael?
Well, that's a horse of a different
We're
color.
all in the child fucking business. That's how we met you, remember? We used to fuck you when
We didn't
was
put
a
you on a
little
roller
boy.
coaster. We just let you sang all pretty.
Michael, I've been having sex with you since you were an infant. And I'm worried about these pills you're taking.
We worry about your health. We've been fucking you, passing you around.
I mean, I understand the roller coasters and the carousels and the room that's just for balloon animals. But a chimpanzee,
Yeah,
Michael?
this is too much.
You can't fuck a chimpanzee. Sure, it's 6 years old, but it's stronger than you. And it knows better.
It's not a
instincts-
child.
It's not a child, Michael.
You can't just feed it cotton candy.
It's a wild
Put it on a
animal.
carousel naked. You have to treat it with respect, Michael. It's a wild
It's a
animal.
wild animal, not a 6-year-old from Glendale. His mother has
Yeah.
a barbiturate
Yeah.
problem.
Whose parents have no problem waiting 48 hours in the lobby of your mansion. That's what those parents, that's another thing those parents were just like, well, Michael just wanted to see the boys, and they got along so well. That's what I love. They were like, they got along so well. He just wanted to spend 72 hours with them. So I sat in my car on the outside of the property, on the other side of the security gate, and I didn't have any way to reach
Yeah.
my
Any
children.
cell service.
Yeah.
There was 80 members of the Nation of Islam separating her and her child.
Yeah, there was just a lot of security there.
Now, I do believe a lot of the parents that like their children might get molested by producers or whatever. Like a lot of them are just very stupid fucking people.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But some of them have to know.
They
For
have
sure,
to know.
for
and,
sure.
and like maybe they're in a desperate situation. but,
Sure.
like, just how painful it must be to know you're whoring out your child, to know that you're going to hell.
There
You're
were
going
some
to fucking
kids, though.
burn
I
in
used to
hell.
go on a lot of auditions, and there were some kids who were such cunts
Yeah.
that these like there
Maybe
were some
they're
kids who were
like,
so
yeah.
insufferable. I want to go now. Like they were
Right.
just those type of kids.
Just you wait.
Where you'd
till
be
you
like,
get
you
a-
know, maybe
Yeah,
this
yeah.
wouldn't be the
Fuck
worst
that
thing
kid.
Yeah.
to
Little
have this
humility.
kid.
You
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
dick down.
You know, to have this kid get dicked down by Gary Goddard and Garth Ancier
Yeah.
for a few
Yeah.
months.
Just you wait till you're auditioning.
It's always sad the kids that get fucked and then don't get jobs.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
tough.
That's brutal.
I mean,
That's
that,
tough.
the ones
that
that
happens in
Those are the ones that tell. Because supposedly, like, Taylor Lautner and all of these guys kind of, I mean, this is
Yeah.
supposedly, I have no inside information, but supposedly that they were all
I do
fucked.
have insight.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
According to Crazy Days and Nights and 4chan,
Yeah, yeah.
all of those kids
I was
were
reading on
fucked.
8chan the other day.
According to a now banned Reddit thread,
Yeah, right.
all of these children.
The Jewish holiday Sukkot. Actually, they would build tents outside of the elementary school, and they would convince children they were going camping, literally right outside their own house.
So you're saying Taylor Lautner? Who else is getting?
I mean, I
fucked?
think all those. I think
Any
all those.
hot
A
young
lot of
guy?
a lot of those kids. I think, unfortunately, and I could be wrong, especially the ones that were in that like Nickelodeon world.
Oh,
these-
yeah.
they-
Yeah.
they- you know, I mean, listen. I think that's kind of. I mean,
A lot
that
of
guy
them
Dan
got
Schneider. They got rid of him.
slimed,
All,
yeah,
yeah, a lot of them got slime. You know, double dare,
Nickelodeon's up in them guts.
double
Yeah.
dare, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So.
But you know what it is? It's
Suck
like
my
you would do
fucking
that too
dick.
because you get so desperate. I mean, I was a failed child actor, and I was on a bus like playing Little Jake and Annie Get Your Gun in the backwoods of Bible Belt, Florida, when I was 11, like dancing around. It's just elderly people dying in the seats. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's like, whose cock do I have to ride like a champion to get on TV? Like, what the fuck? I hate to say it, but I mean, not to justify
At
anything,
12, would
there
you
are-
have sucked cock to be on TV?
buddy, there are no good options. Nobody gets out of this alive, is my point. So, you know, I sucked cock a few years later for nothing.
Yeah.
Literally for nothing. Because I was bored.
Right. Yeah. No, that's good to know.
I don't think Michael Jackson raped those kids, though. Seriously.
Is that true? I don't know what he did.
I think Joe chemically castrated him. I
Come
think
on,
I
man.
do. I
Shut the
legitimately
fuck
do
up.
think that.
But they found a lot of like child
I think-
porn in his house. It was like very.
He
I think-
definitely fucked those kids.
Yeah,
I think he-
Adam, I think he.
I
fucked
think
the
he had
kids.
sleepovers and
You're-
he snuggled with them.
Hold on, you're retarded.
I,
Real quick, you're fucking retarded.
Yeah.
I think he had a smooth bottom.
He
dude.
definitely
I don't think he had
fucked.
genital.
No, he did that weird. This is like. It
Why
is,
does his
'cause there
voice
is-
sound like that?
There is like a.
He didn't have balls.
He took a lot of hormones.
There's a fucking vicious, like, because people do say they're like, oh well, you know, somebody gets molested and then they become a molester, which is like.
Potentially true.
Potentially true, but
Sure.
in the way that like I would assume Michael Jackson was, where he's like, I want to help these kids and protect them, and like maybe if I see the penis, you know,
Yeah.
I want to save the world, and I want to fuck the
he
world
wants to
and
protect
save
them
the
from
world.
like the bad pedophiles.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It's like it's all the same goddamn shit.
He's like, I'm a good pedophile. I have a whole Narnia built for these kids.
Yeah, because
Bad pedophiles just have a gym locker room.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely fucked those kids.
I don't know. Okay, he might have fawned with them. That's what I'll say.
Get
Yeah.
the fuck out
I
of
don't
here,
think that
Adam.
he could fuck. I don't think.
Shut up.
I don't think. He
I mean,
could.
here's
He
the thing. in Adam's
definitely could
defense, I don't
fuck.
know what, but it was a clear and inappropriate relationship.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know what he did.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, dude. There are kids. This is what I love. Like women, it's like, yep, they're right. Kids, it's like, will you shut up? If a kid's like, yeah, it was fucked, you're like, all right, you don't know what happened. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
There's no Me Too for children.
Has there been
Just ignored.
Has there been a child coming forward?
There's that Open Secret movie that everyone ignores. They're like, this is crazy. It's
Yeah.
like a bunch of kids are like, we were raped.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, will you stop? Come on.
Yeah.
Well, that documentarian's next movie couldn't get funded,
Yeah, what was their
Because-
next movie?
or maybe it was Open Secret couldn't get funding.
Well, of
That's why it
course
was
not.
on
That's
Vi-
a
that's why it
tough
was on
pitch.
Vimeo.
Imagine pitching
Yeah.
that in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So what's the film about? Well, you know,
It's been a little problem.
Just write the check.
it deals with children in the business, and you know, we're still figuring it out. We're gonna figure it out in post. Really,
Yeah.
we're gonna really just try to zone in on it when we get close.
Yeah, my parents got me an agent. I went out for auditions and stuff too.
Did
when I
you
was little.
really?
Yeah. But
Wait, really?
I couldn't memorize my lines. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I showed you my mom.
What'd you audition for?
A Carl's Jr. commercial.
What were you
It
gonna
was-
do at Carl's Jr.?
I had to say "Come to the Star, Carl's Jr."
Come to the what?
Because it's their
What
like
kind-
logo is a star. Yeah.
Okay, come to the star.
Or go to the Star, Carl's Jr.
And you couldn't remember that?
And I was like 4. Yeah, and I fucked it up, and then my Israeli agent yelled at me. She was like, "You didn't tell your kids, like you didn't make your kids fucking learn the lines." And then my parents were like, "All right, you're quitting."
This is what Jews are successful.
Yeah.
They don't take shit. You know,
But
they
I
don't-
remember I went into the audition
Tolerated.
room, and it was like early '90s, so it was like probably '91, '92.
Yeah, it was me. That was
Wait,
me.
wait.
Israeli
Wait. Instead of buying the equipment to do the Christmas album, do you want to go to, like, get a nice dinner after this?
Tonight.
Carl's Jr. made me think of it because then I thought about Ruth's Chris and other things that have bad names.
Yeah.
But let's go.
I'm
get,
pretty full from these burritos, but in a couple hours probably.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we're gonna watch.
Let's go to Luger's,
Well,
dude.
I'll put on. We're gonna watch another. I'm gonna curate another movie for us to watch, and then we're gonna.
I have a
blow-
spot at like no,
So
but we can
in
figure it
between
out.
the spot, you have a spot. Tim?
I was
figure
about
it
at
out.
10:30 New York Comedy Club.
Stav is a spot. We'll watch a movie.
I don't even care. Dinner, I'll just not go.
yeah.
I'll just text Justin Silver. I'll be like,
We'll
I
build
don't
up
even.
our appetite, and then we'll all go out for some dinner.
Okay.
Right.
We
Is
should
that,
do
is that good?
we
That
can do the
sounds
Christmas album too, I think.
We can. What? I mean, we.
What
can
is
do
the Christmas
no,
album?
I
You're
just
just
mean
singing?
not tonight.
Oh yeah.
Because we were going to go to B&H Photo. You were going to drive me into the city to B&H Photo to
Oh
buy.
no, we weren't gonna do that.
Yeah, okay,
Into the
good.
west side.
That's what I'm saying. Fuck that, right?
No. We
This
just
was
do it with
your
our
plan.
mics.
This is what
B&H,
you wanted to
B&H
do.
may be closed, by the way.
It will
Okay.
be tomorrow.
Those
Yeah.
Jews
For
closed it.
Sukkot. They'll be
Right.
building
They'll be
those
sucking
tents
off those
outside
little
of the
kids.
elementary school.
I like
That's the funniest thing in the world. It's like I'm not an anti-Semite, and I
Right.
say these things. As
I
a
hate
joke.
them, dude. I hate Orthodox Jews.
I'm not an anti-Semite. I say these
I
things as a
hate 'em.
joke, but when like De Blasio is like, look, the Jews are allowed to suck off children. It's a part of their religion."
Dude, right.
It makes you wonder.
There's
Yeah.
Wait a minute, but wait, the Jews really, do they really do that?
Yes,
They bite a dick. I don't understand.
No, okay.
So the Moyle will
He's-
cut off the foreskin,
Yeah.
and,
And
then
then
it
they'll
is
suck the blood.
customary they'll suck the blood out
But
of
they
the
don't do
penis.
that. It's a one sect of ultra Orthodox Jews that do that.
Every
Can we go
Not
to
every
it?
Jew. Yeah,
About
yeah.
90%, just
Yeah.
one sect,
Not
the biggest
90%.
sect.
Anyways,
90%
this was the
of
thing I would
Jewish
tell
people.
Yeah.
and nobody would believe me. They would
No,
be
it's
like,
true.
they'd be like, "Oh, you're an anti-Semite." But then there was this thing in New York where all these babies were getting herpes
Yeah, there was a
From-
herpes outbreak from a
Yeah,
moil
from-
that had
from
Oral
all
herpes.
of these
God.
rabbis
Yeah.
that were all doing this.
yeah all these
of them.
right. But
yeah.
there is like there's this documentary called One of Us, which is about.
It's so boring, dude. It's so
It
boring.
was pretty boring.
I thought it'd be great. It's so
Yeah, yeah.
boring.
I thought
It's the same problems everyone
I thought
has.
it was
Like, I
kind
thought
of
it'd be
a
cool.
But
snooze.
anyways,
Yeah.
it became an
Yeah.
issue with the city, and the city
Yeah.
just like was like,
That's
yeah,
their religion.
church and state.
Yeah.
The one thing
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
The one thing
no
I-
way to legislate this.
Right.
Nothing we can do. Can't arrest people for molesting children.
Right.
the
And
one
giving
thing,
them herpes on their dick.
Yeah.
the one thing I thought was kind of interesting in that documentary was they had lobbied the New York State government to basically make it so that if you leave Orthodox
Catholic Church
Jews, you
is a
lose your
million times
kids.
worse, by the way.
Yeah, Catholic Church is
And
horrific.
this fucking shit out of Illinois. Did you see this one?
Yeah,
Catholic
yeah.
Church
That's
is like-
insane.
And and it's gonna be
What
so
a
much.
nightmare.
It's gonna be so much worse now because I don't think there's ever been just like an investigation by law enforcement of like the church.
Yeah.
It's always been specific.
Do you think that
priests or deacons.
pedophile
parishes.
priests now feel like we do in comedy? That they're like, we
Yeah,
got in at the
it's
worst
dying.
time.
Dude, no.
They're like,
Yeah,
shit,
yeah,
like, we got in. I went through 4 years of school.
Yeah, yep.
I don't even like God. I don't even know what this is.
We're
I, just-
saying it was free boy pussy.
Yeah.
I want them to go to jail, and I think they should tax all of these fucking churches, dude. Legit.
Absolutely.
Well, let's not go crazy. I don't know
Okay.
if you should tax the
they
church.
should tax.
Well, I
they
think
should
they
definitely
should
tax the church.
Yeah, I think so.
I think
too.
they should tax the church and pay for my health care.
No,
Yeah, 100%.
No,
Fuck
you should
church.
Get
just
your health,
fine.
kid. Leave the church alone. You're not money.
Nick's a crypto Catholic now.
I'm into Bitcoin and Jesus
The
Christ.
Emperor of Diocletian. No, it's tough. That's
What the fuck does taxing the church do?
They have so much property.
There's
They're not paying
something
any real
about
estate
them
tax.
being above. There's never. I don't think the argument sustains itself that they should be above being taxed, especially if they're going to perpetuate a child sex ring. You know,
Yeah.
there's something about that where it's like, well, this is a problem. Like you can have your imaginary seances or whatever
Right,
you do.
right, right,
That's
right,
fine,
right,
and you
right.
can claim that like it's good for society. Like we shouldn't be taxed, but like the aiding and abetting of pedophiles is
Yeah.
probably an issue.
I
At
agree.
least pay the bills.
Yeah, so put them in jail.
Well,
But
but
why should
conducting
religious be tax exempt?
Organizations.
They're non-profits.
Because they're nonprofits. The whole idea of separation of church and state.
But they have tons of like they
have
buy like
enough
really
hush
expensive
fund
real
money.
estate. They like
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like
It's
they
Yeah,
should
not-
be paying-
what kind of like effect on the GDP would it really have? The tax?
I don't know, we'd have to
probably a
see.
lot. I would.
I
think
mean,
a
A
lot.
lot? You think it would be a lot?
It would be something, dude. They're huge.
There's a lot, dude. I love all the
It's a
like. I mean,
grid.
you drive around Brooklyn, it's like, oh, like you look at a lot of these 3-family houses where it's like one floor is a church. It's like, what? This is not a church, which is
Yeah.
fine. I mean,
Here,
listen,
there's-
let
there's
people do
one
what they
on
want
this
to do.
block, I think.
They're not paying off kids that have been fucked as
Yeah,
the Catholic
yeah,
Church,
yeah,
has
yeah.
done, you know.
I don't know, man. Fuck them.
I don't know. I do like every now and then about going to St. Pat's. Though. It's
Plus,
like,
doesn't
it's a
Scientology
beautiful church.
Aren't like
I
other
love
weird
Gothic
ones?
cathedrals.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
The St. John the Divine on the Upper West Side.
That's Episcopalian, but it's beautiful.
It's incredible.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's the largest Gothic cathedral in the world. I used to
I
be a
know,
tour guide.
yeah.
I used to
Really?
say that, Yeah.
yeah.
Damn,
It's
St.
incredible.
John.
Yeah. it's
What was so
beautiful.
divine about
Riverside
him?
Church is great too. Up the one that Rockefeller
Yeah,
built
I've
for
been
his
there.
mother.
Yeah, yeah,
It's really nice.
yeah. It's gorgeous.
What was so divine about him?
St. John the Divine.
He was.
He made a lot of money.
He was
Yeah,
a
yeah,
he was
yeah,
a drag queen. Yeah.
He was the first Bitcoin investor. He loved crypto.
Damn.
Um,
Yeah, I do like. It is cool that religious like houses of worship are cool as shit. I went to Tokyo. The fucking the
Have you been to
Buddhist.
the Ground Zero Mosque?
No, I haven't.
No.
Gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
what
That's
an
great.
insult! What an
Yeah.
insult to the.
It's
hero.
actually they have a stained glass window of Muhammad flying the plane into the towers.
Yeah.
but they
which is-
can't depict Muhammad.
Yeah, it's blurred out.
You have to
Right.
assume that it is him.
Yeah.
But
It's really nice. It's the craftsmanship is beautiful on it.
That Ground Zero Mall's weird.
the
It's
Oculus.
odd. It's odd.
A
you
guy
know?
died there
I don't
recently.
know what
no,
it's-
I went in
I
there. I,
don't know
felt
what's
like I was
going
in
on
like
in
Mass
there.
Effect. It
Yeah.
feels like the future.
Yeah, I'm like, what is this supposed
It's a
to make me
complete
feel
waste
like?
of money too.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like a transit terminal, but it only services the PATH trains.
Yeah.
I think.
I went in there with Ray Kump, and a cop started hassling him because they thought he was homeless. And Ray's like yelling back at the cop, and like, I have a right to be here. And I'm like, what? Are you getting a shot in front of me?
What was your Instagram story you had? He was talking about fucking bird. What was he?
No, he just said, he's like, I've seen cats get fucked.
Yeah.
He says
Yeah,
things
yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
stops
yeah.
talking for a while. And it's like, anyone around him is like, oh, this mentally challenged man whose tongue is too big for his mouth. Just everything he says is completely disturbing, and then he has like a long pause. Now he's got asthma, so whenever he goes out in the cold, he starts hacking and he starts going, and he sounds like he's gonna die. And he gets his thing out, and he's like, it's just. And then like,
Ray Kump's like one of those things that can only exist in like sort of like the New York tri-state area.
yeah, I mean,
Those guys don't exist elsewhere.
no,
Just a fat
smart.
moron.
He's like very
He's
smart,
smart,
too.
but like
Yeah.
just a moron aesthetic.
yes,
Somebody you would think was like,
yeah, retarded.
like
Yeah,
But, like
literally.
you talk about the Fed for hours. Like
Yeah.
he's very smart,
right.
but is also like we went to a restaurant the other night, and he goes like we were standing waiting to be seated, and apropos of nothing, this can't wait to be at the table, right? He just goes like this, he goes, I have an infection in my leg. I have to go to the ER. They said if it gets much worse, and it's like we're at a hostess table, like a decent, like it's like, why would this come out now? Why would we need? We were on the train for an hour. He mentioned nothing. He waited to get in a restaurant around people to start discussing his leg infection.
Is he gonna die?
No, I mean a guy like him, I feel like they live forever
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
in defiance of
Yeah.
the laws
But
of
with
nature.
different maladies their entire
Yeah.
lives.
Well, he's sort of like this persistent chemical reaction.
Right.
His body is
Yeah.
kept alive by the excitement of the process itself.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
he-
always producing like a million
Yeah.
different types of cancer cells. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next.
yeah,
He comes into our podcast and he puts down a regular pack of cigarettes, a Juul, an energy drink, a Red Bull, coffee. I'm like, what is this? And it's just a concoction that keeps him alive.
yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
go
yeah,
every
yeah,
now and then
yeah,
he
yeah.
goes on. There's nothing worse than a fat person who goes on like the carnivore diet, but for like one day and then
Yes.
gets off because he walks around with like prosciutto and meat and he just eats it.
He's like, I'm on a diet. I've been there.
He ate
I used to-
garlic once in 16 Handles, the frozen yogurt shop, because he had a stomach ache. He ate raw garlic. This is a frozen yogurt shop where people are getting their kids yogurt. He's eating raw garlic and then telling me he's like, this is what helps your stomach. You eat this raw garlic. And like people are looking at him like, what the fuck is this person? He's just eating raw garlic
froyo
in 16
shop.
Handles. His gut is out of his, like, his shirt no longer covers his stomach. His
Beautiful.
gut is hanging out. I
I
mean,
love it.
you know, he's an icon.
He truly is.
He really is.
This
His
is
solo episodes of our podcast are, I get complaints because they are so, it's just a stream of his consciousness. It just has no,
We should have him on.
it has no, like,
Yeah.
it doesn't even, he doesn't even know that the show's a show at that point.
right.
You know?
That fucking rocks, man.
Literally, the third sentence he said in the last one was, I'm a good person. I don't hit children in the face. And I'm like, did he hit a child in the face? And he's trying to get out in front of it? Like, why would you say that? And what a standard for being a
Sure.
good person.
Also,
was that,
Are we
Ian
talking
Fu-
body shots or fair play?
Yeah, right, sure.
Just the face.
What was
yeah.
the Ian Finance tweet about? Like, hey, I'm a good person. I don't know. I'm a bad person. Sure, I steal flowers from the cemetery.
Yeah. Dude, incredible stuff.
Yeah.
Funny.
They should have a podcast together.
Oh boy.
Oh,
The
Ian
Ray
and
and Ian
Ray.
Hour.
Yeah.
That's good shit.
Nathan McIntosh told me that him and Ian were in a diner once, and Ian just took his shoes off and it was gross. And Nathan's like, you can't do this.
Come on, man.
He just said like very like calmly to him, like, hey, you can't.
What do you
Like,
mean?
You know?
What do you know? I've done it my entire life. What are you talking about? People take their shoes off in diners.
Yeah. It just smells disgusting. People are trying to eat their shitty grilled cheese.
God damn. Well, this is also our holiday spectacular, so
Yeah, happy
you
holidays.
know what is everyone doing?
When is Christmas?
I go to Long Island and watch my cousins who are in the midst of a heroin addiction.
Oh god.
That sounds.
I watch everybody watch them. If they go near the room with the coats, everybody gets up and they're like, are you looking for something? You guys need something? What's going on over there? Everybody's okay?
Incredible.
And then my schizophrenic mother tells us that she thinks that there's a good chance Elvis might have been her father. And we go, well, this is good. And then we eat some food that is no good. And then I go home and order like Papa John's or whatever's open, Domino's, something horrific.
yeah.
So that's the Christmas
I might
spirit.
buy a last minute ticket, go back to Japan by myself.
Dude, you hated that trip, and you've been texting us like, I miss it so much. Let's go
Japan
to
can
Osaka.
suck my
All,
fucking
all
dick.
I
I
said,
wanna go to
all I
Japan.
said was that I missed that breakfast I had.
That
What'd you
breakfast-
have?
That breakfast, Japanese
breakfast was great.
is amazing.
At no point did
Yeah.
I ever say that it was bad.
Yeah.
I maintained that it was good as shit while I was there.
You're talking about the fish place, right?
the fish place,
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you been to Okonomi in Williamsburg?
No.
That's
is that
where I went
good?
right before I got
hear
punched
that's
in the
good.
face. Yeah. It's amazing, but they do Japanese breakfast, which is like
Oh, is it
a
as
salted-
good?
it's almost
It's like
it's
an
on
ama-
par.
It's like
yeah.
everyone
And
says
what time
Japanese
is-
breakfast is very good. I've
It's
never
It
on
is,
par.
dude. It's
Yeah.
like fucking. It's,
It's
like
a
a
salted
grill, a
fish.
salted grilled fish head
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a fucking raw egg, and you
Yeah.
think it's gonna be disgusting.
No, I'll eat that shit.
Yeah,
It's
it's, amazing.
delicious.
Yeah, and it's just like a pickled vegetables.
That's
and a
what-
bowl
Did
of
you
That's
do
what
sushi
counts.
over there, and how much better is it?
The sushi's incredible. Yeah,
The sushi
I mean,
was
it's so
incredible,
fucking
but like
fresh.
everything else is so good. It's like, who gives a shit about the fucking
Yeah.
sushi? The
Right.
ramen was like,
Amazing.
we went to
Yeah.
this place. They use the broth is like
Cheese.
some kind of like
Anchovies.
it's like anchovies. It's a
It's like
anchovy reduction.
I remember one
they're
day.
like liquid. They're sort of going bad, I guess.
Me and
They're like-
Nick one day we
yeah.
we got in an argument over food. He's like, LA's food is so much better than New York's. Not even funny. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm like,
Yeah.
and I was like, I said something, and then I was like, you're discounting all of Italian food by saying that. And I was like,
Right,
what do you
right,
not
right.
like Italian food? Then Nick was like, man, he's like, yeah, I don't. I was like, okay, well, all right. That's
Yeah,
what I love about Nick is when Nick has an opinion, he's like, yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't hit women.
Yeah.
I don't like Italian food. It was like that level of. I'm like, okay, well,
Right.
all right. But I
Yeah.
want to go to Japan so bad. That's one of those places. I'm
It's
like,
incredible,
dude, I
man.
wanna go.
Yeah.
I'm saying, dude, I've been traveling all over the country, but like Ohio.
Yeah, Ohio sucks
good.
ass. We were
No,
just
but how
talking
much?
about that. It's
One
trash,
other
and everyone in Ohio sucks, and
It's
they're
not
all
good.
idiots for coming to shows. If you
I
go to
bombed at the Rock on the Range Music Festival in Ohio. But Machine Gun Kelly did well. So
that too is like because Cleveland has one of those revitalized downtown districts, and
Yeah.
there's nothing that
so
smells
depressing.
more like
yeah,
a contrived municipal effort at like
Yeah.
culture than forcing the blues on people.
Yeah.
That
The
when
House
they're
of
like,
Blues.
it's
Yeah.
the blues walk.
Oh, yeah.
It used to be methadone clinic,
Yeah.
but now there's
It's the
there's-
blues walk. And who's the blues band? It's like 5 19-year-old white kids. Just like,
It's pictures. It's a mural of muddy waters next
Yeah.
to a macaroni grill,
and then overcooked ribs.
and then a place that sells $35 T-shirts that says you wouldn't get it. It's a Cleveland.
I will say that's what I love. That's what I love about Austin. Every day in Austin, I had 3 different meals that were all amazing, and then I almost died.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
good food.
I
there,
had
yeah.
to leave Austin because I was like, I'm gonna die
Yeah.
if I stay here.
What's the good shit you got? What's the best shit you got over there?
Well, Franklin's very good. You know, Styles and Switch is great.
Did you get in line
Blacks
like
is
in the
great.
beginning? Like in the
Yeah, it was
morning
2
and shit?
hours. I was an idiot. What do I have to do?
No, I would do it.
Styles and Switch, Blacks out in Lockhart. I love that drive to Lockhart. It's just
Great.
good.
Nothing.
I went to Smitty's, was great.
Yep.
And fucking, I went to this place. It was a breakfast place. It was a Mexican breakfast place. I want to say it's like Chico's or something, or it was Soder. Soder loves it, and he took us all there, and we had like just biscuits and migas and all the great Mexican food. And you're like,
Hell yeah.
and then you
Yeah.
do a Torchy's, day.
Yeah, you
and
can't really go wrong with any of that like Tex-Mex
Oh,
breakfast stuff.
yeah, it's just
Migas
fun.
are fucking great.
So good, dude. LA has great ones too. A great place called Delia's out in
Gala Getza
Highland Park.
is the best Mexican
Best
food
mole.
ever.
Best
fucking
mole
had
in the
my life.
world.
It's incredible.
where's
how
that?
fucking
I
good
love
it is.
Guela Getza.
In Los
Koreatown.
Angeles. Maybe you've
in
heard of
LA.
it in Los. It's
Yeah,
it's,
Koreatown, LA, buddy.
Gay Lagette's head.
Gala Getza.
Gala Getza.
You gotta go out.
Gala
If you
Getza.
go out there and I'm out there, I'll take you some places. Jitlada's great Thai place out
Jitlada's
there,
good.
killer.
My favorite thing
Okay.
about Jitlada is all the drawings for Matt Groening, where
yeah,
you're like,
all over the place.
oh, he can't even draw Bart. This
Yeah.
guy's contribution to The Simpsons was so fucking minimal.
Yeah.
He's like, none of the humor came from him.
Right.
He was bad at
Yeah.
drawing, and he can't even draw the characters he's famous for.
And there's no reason they're in the restaurant. Like
There's
it
no
looks
reason.
like an autistic
It's
kid.
like,
drew
yeah. He's like, I love sandwiches,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's like
Don't
what
have a
is this?
skateboard, dingus.
I went to a restaurant on the Upper East Side, like this Chinese place, Pig Heaven or something. Have you heard of it?
yes.
Yeah, they have only one celebrity photo on the wall, and it's Woody Allen.
That's
Which
New
just
York,
shows,
baby.
Which just
Hell
shows that
yeah.
like
Hey man, brilliant guy.
Me Too has not reached the Upper East Side whatsoever.
Well, I love
Yeah.
the ladies from Me Too and Woody Allen. They fucked a 16-year-old, but she's like, it was great. We had
Yeah.
threesomes with Mia Farrow. We got high. It was great. They're like, but didn't it scar you? They're like, she's like, no, it was the 70s. It was fucking free love.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, yeah, but it ruined your life, right? She's like, no, it was the coolest thing I ever did. They're like, well, this is not. This isn't working.
Damn.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you for having me.
No,
No,
he's,
I mean
he's
for
saying
standing up
supporting
for an innocent man.
Yeah.
a man with his exact face and nose.
I don't know, man. I just remember those were little. When I was a little kid, I watched Woody Allen movies. That was like my favorite thing to do.
Yeah,
Yeah, me
I
too.
got to him late in the game. My favorite shit was mafia movies,
I love those too.
Those are the first movies I liked.
for sure.
When I saw Goodfellas when I was like 10 or whatever, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched The
greatest thing.
Godfather. Coming
Casino.
to or
Casino,
Casino.
Donnie
That was-
Brasco,
Donnie Brasco. I love.
Mean Streets.
Yeah.
Once Upon a Time in America, you go there.
I love that
I've-
one,
I've
dude.
tried
it's
to
like
watch
4
that.
hours.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
I like it.
Leone.
I loved it.
Dude,
It's
it's incredible.
It's not
yeah.
bad. It's just
Yeah.
like I start watching it and then it's like do
Yeah,
I
what?
have what,
Yeah,
the whole day?
You know what? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a whole week.
Yeah, it's like asking
Yeah.
me to read a book.
Well, there's like
the answer is yes. By
There's
the way. You do
multiple
have a whole
cuts of
day.
it too. There's one that's like 5 hours long. It's like the director's cut. or
That's the one I
something. Yeah,
watched for the first time
yeah. It's so
because I got
sick.
it right in the height of my like being into that shit. So I was like, I really want to.
Dude,
Yeah.
I loved mafia movies, and they were like when I grew up in Long Island. That's part of the culture. Like,
Yeah,
everyone has a
yeah.
fucking Scarface poster in their room. Every kid has some dumb Goodfellas. Like people in their house as
Uh-huh.
artwork have the Goodfellas poster. It's like that's the thing they look at
Yeah.
while they eat dinner. Like
Yeah,
you know how many friends of mine's dinner tables I would eat at and like look at some stupid fucking Godfather photo.
Did you
Yeah,
ever
yeah,
see
yeah.
that video of right after De Niro said "fuck Trump"? Some guy in Staten Island has like a portrait of De Niro in his house, and
He
he's
burned
like,
it?
He's like, "All right, gotta take this down," and then he like starts hitting it with a hammer.
Oh,
and
that's
stuff.
great. Oh
He's
yeah.
like, "You disrespect the president." You
Well, Trump
disrespect me."
Trump is more mafia than De Niro. That's
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Staten Island's like we got a new mafia.
Yeah.
The golden-haired Don.
Yeah.
De Niro's out. No, that was awesome, man.
All right,
Did you
I
ever?
think-
Did you like Neverending Story and all that shit?
I like Neverending Story.
Yeah,
that was a really good one.
I tried to watch that again. I'm like, you can't watch this as an adult.
No,
that's-
It makes no
that's-
fucking sense.
No, you're like, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's so stupid. When you're a little kid who's not even paying attention and too fucking stupid to know what a plot is.
Yeah, then you're like,
You're
okay,
like-
this is fine.
Yeah, this is
The
cool.
nothing. We're battling against the nothing.
Yeah. Damn, I don't even remember what the fuck they were battling against. That's how I felt about the Princess Bride. Too.
I'm
I
excited
bet
to
it
get
holds
dinner.
up.
Yeah, where are we gonna go?
I don't know.
Somewhere.
We'll figure
Great.
it out.
I'll go wherever you
offline.
guys want.
Let's figure it out right now.
I don't want.
Fuck
I
it.
don't because God forbid we find a spot we all like and it becomes our regular thing, but we said it on the show,
No.
That's a
then-
great point.
and then
Mhm.
these people start coming out and ruining.
Mhm.
it.
And then
they're
we
like,
get
fuck
whacked.
at Tim, fuck Adam,
Yeah.
fuck Adam. And I'm like,
Ruining.
it's kind of the
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
I just want to eat.
Ruining our friendship hang. I mean, look, you want to come bother us? Do it at.
Here's
Adam's
where we're
apartment.
gonna go: the creek
Two,
and the
one.
cave.
No.
Oh, that Mexican restaurant, the Creek in the Cave.
I
Yeah.
love that place.
It's
dude.
great.
that
It's
makes
great if
sense.
you,
You know
like
what? Let's
food
go
that
there.
expired.
You know, I would not be
kidding. It's
surprised.
great.
Great food.
Legitimately, I would not be surprised if I never go to the Creek and the Cave again in my
Yeah.
life. I'm just,
Well, wait a minute. What if you're in Long Island City and you want frozen shrimp?
I'm gonna go to Amazon HQ.
It's entirely possible that I will never end up there ever again.
No,
Yeah,
I believe
very
it. I think
possible.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably do a week at the Creek at some point, just to do 40 minutes.
I did a half
Lunch.
hour there, and it was like the audience was like tough. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
tough.
yeah.
It like packed out, but it's like hard. I'm like, oh, this is hard.
Right, right.
All
right.
right.
It's
Great.
yeah.
All right. Well, let's watch
Yeah,
Dread
let's do
again
something.
and then go get dinner.
Let's watch Dread back.
All right. Thanks a lot, folks. We'll see you next time. My
That dick small.
We're just over here.
No.
Okay.
We were listening to the song
Brothers in Paris.
Brothers in Paris, and we were doing a bit about a guy who
Ask Siri.
asks Siri to play it, and then he feels like one, so he tells all his friends that he feels like a brother in Paris. We're back, baby, in the fucking trap, getting our fucking hogs licked.
There needs to be more. You're gonna be great is like Nanette's next special, and it's just more.
We should say the N-word.
No, well, it's just like.
N-words.
And then I was raped again and again and again, and they kept raping me, you know. And then like 35 minutes in, it's like, yeah, I mean, I say it when I'm singing along to rap music in my car. Why don't they make the whole plane out of the black box material? Speaking of which, should we be calling it a black box? How about an African American box? There's not a lot of African Americans in Australia because you know it's Australia. But even then, we call them.
Yeah. Everyone's confusedly clapping.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
This is so brave.
She's very brave.
Yeah, it would be funny if Nanette just had like a really hacky racist joke right in the middle.
That would be awesome.
It would, it's kind of like Donald Trump pulling the troops out of Syria and
yeah.
and
Pretty
Afghanistan.
hilarious.
Everybody's like, but no, that's
Oh no, we have to stay in perpetual war in
Yeah.
the Middle East.
it's good to be at war.
How dare he break his promise to some guys that we don't know or whatever the fuck. It is funny that he did something good by accident.
Well, he might just hire Blackwater and send them in there.
That would be pretty.
What do they call it? Blackwater?
Well, maybe the African American
Australia,
water.
I mean, I don't think that would be good.
I
Right.
think it
In
would.
Tasmania, we
Small
got a different
business.
name for
You
it.
don't
Yeah.
support small business? Adam?
Yeah, they're the smallest of
Yeah.
businesses.
We should start a
You can't
small
even see
business.
they're there.
We should start a small business mercenary firm.
That'd be tight.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
I am a tier 1 operator.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people from my dad's days in the Rhodesian Special Forces.
Right.
Yeah.
In the kill squad for.
In the, so,
Are you sure he wasn't in the Blodugian special forces?
Line up, blokes.
Yeah.
Everybody, suck your commanding officer till he knocks down your throat. Was that what basic training was like?
yeah, it was like kind of an
Adam's dad is-
all-Jewish platoon.
It's the star of a movie like Breaker Morant. Story Breaker Morant, but it's the story of the first British man to be prosecuted for buggering in the British Army
No,
Well, everybody does it.
in 1908.
I was trying to fit in.
My
Yeah.
dad's army experience was more like Private Benjamin with Goldie Hawn, where they were like, I didn't know a lady could do all these things.
I've never
God damn it, I'm not a woman.
Oh yeah. You mean sucking balls, eating ass, putting a dick and balls in another guy's balls in
It's
his
a
mouth
movie
at the same
where
time
Goldie Hawn goes to the army. That's
and
pretty much
fucks
it.
everyone?
Yeah, she.
Because that
fucks
sounds like a
her way
pretty
to the
chill
top.
movie.
Yeah, and everyone's like, oh, she shouldn't be getting all these promotions just for
Mhm.
having sex with these guys.
Yeah.
It's not fair. And that happens all the time in the army.
In the army, big time.
In the army,
If we know anything about the army, it's that the people that get forced to be fucked
uh-huh.
really benefit from
Mhm.
it and aren't swept under the
Yeah.
rug and
the
called
Joint
liars.
Chiefs right now is just all fine ass
Big
bitches.
titty bitches. Dude,
Yeah, who fuck their
who
way up
just
there.
suck off Trump in camo. Have you ever had sex while wearing camo?
Yes.
Ironically, maybe, probably
Yeah.
At a rave.
at a raid or a rave.
I was wearing blue camo.
Well, where were you?
No. No, I don't think I've ever worn camo in general. I think I might have had camo pants in elementary school.
I had
Cargo pants.
I had a pair of killer cargo or camo.
I don't think I've ever
jeans.
owned cargo anything.
Camo or
Really?
cargo.
Never.
Oh, the pockets are so convenient.
Wait, cargo or camo?
Both. They were
Nice.
camo cargos.
Of course.
I think a lot of camo pants also have cargo.
Yes,
pockets.
for all the bullets.
Cargo pants are back, baby.
And who's saying that?
Walk around New York City, people wearing them all the time.
Really?
Well, it's Adam's Fashion Corner. You just base it off what the cool black kids on the train are doing,
Mm-hmm.
and I see them doing it all the time.
No thanks. I'm out on cargo. I don't need to look puffier. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
I don't need more things added.
Yeah, I'm going Guess jeans, puffy jacket,
Uh huh.
Oh, up top.
backwards cap.
Uh huh.
You know.
Yeah, the full toddler look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should just get a puffy ass coat.
Oshkosh Bagosh is back, guys.
I would like to. Yeah, overalls that are green, yellow, and red.
Seersucker overalls.
Hell
That
yeah.
would be kind of sick,
Mhm.
actually.
With a zipper for your cock.
Yeah, exactly.
So you pull it out, get your cock sucked on the beach.
That's a classic retard kid in school move. Is like not being able to get his not being able to get his overalls back on.
Why would you give him overalls?
Well, you know,
That's cruel.
I don't know. I think it kind of fits with the aesthetic.
Chandler T's I love being black.
It's a T-shirt for a black top that just says "I love being black," but that's what I want. How I want to go.
You want to wear those?
Yeah.
I told you there's this guy I knew in summer camp.
Oh
that
yeah, what's his name?
came out as gay afterwards.
Oh, I bet he did.
And I felt bad because we were like very
'Cause you guys-
homophobic.
'cause you
when
said
we
it
were
was gonna be a
15.
secret.
Huh?
Yeah,
After what?
afterwards.
After you held him down and sucked his dick?
Whatever.
At
so
dreidel
he
point?
got married. He's very happy, and they just adopted a kid, and
Wow, you guys adopted a kid?
first
Yeah, what's
picture
the
of the
kid's
kid
name?
on Facebook was him in a Black Lives Matters t-shirt.
Hell yeah.
These two Jewish.
Is that supposed
Gay
to be funny?
guys
Is that supposed to be
adopting-
funny that happened?
I don't know.
What,
I think
the,
it's
the
pretty.
implication is what, that Black lives don't matter. Adam?
Wow.
No, I think
dude.
it's just pretty.
How obscene,
funny.
how absurd is it that a child would think that Black lives matter?
Listen, I think it's the liberals.
Oh,
virtue
Children don't know
signaling-
hate, Adam. Unlike you,
Yeah.
a baby doesn't know hate.
baby
the way
doesn't
you do.
even
Not a
see
baby.
color.
How old is it?
It was a baby.
If I know anything about children, it's that they never discriminate or single out
No.
any of their peers and point out
Absolutely
differences.
not.
That never would a baby, never would any kind of child.
If someone is different
Yeah.
around children,
the children have no,
they do not latch
understanding.
onto it immediately.
They don't.
And make the person feel self-conscious about whatever minor difference from the
It's
group
always
it has.
adults that do that. Who's the photographer going to Ethiopia and taking pictures like that?
My man's
and then
little dick
uploading
is
them
out.
to like,
Yeah, that shit is
Shutterfly.
fucked up, dude.
He's smiling though, but his cock is out,
yeah.
and I don't like that look. Honestly, put some pants on the boy.
Yeah,
if you're
I
gonna
don't
take
like
his
that
picture,
whole-
get him some undies at least. That's,
Right.
that's the trade-off, I say. Although, like everyone, I did jack off to like National Geographic in like you know populations that weren't touched by modernity.
You jacked off to a
Ooh,
woman with a
modernity.
disc in her lip.
Yes, I have some Amazonian little titty type of.
Oh, your
So
boy.
those got saggy floppies.
They got saggy. They were very saggy.
Yeah, I don't know how they get.
Every
so
once in a while,
saggy.
you'd see a wildly good pair of titties, and you're like, "Damn, nature versus nurture."
They're about to.
Those
drop,
titties
though.
would have been wild in, you know, the civilized world.
Just steal her away from the savages.
They don't know how to treat
I'm
a
trying to go
titty.
to Papua New Guinea on the titty fucking expedition. On the great ship Candy Tit Fuck, we sail the seven seas. We find all the native women to titty fuck as we please. It's like a sword I'm waving around. Oh,
Just cutting
me and a
through
bunch of
leaves with a
gay British
machete.
guys going through brush and titty fucking women. Good show, sir! And we travel back to Britain, titty fucked and please. Miss Margaret, Sir Winston is back from his titty fucking expedition in the South Seas.
What did you find, Winston, old boy?
Richard, tell me of the Southern Seas. Well, we titty fucked the natives. It's just like a 7-act musical.
They don't want any spices. They don't want any gold.
Yeah. And no one cares that my dick is too small to titty fuck. He's just the sad sailor where they're all titty fucking on the island. He's the one left behind to, like, you know, scare the wharf rats away from the ship because his dick is too small to titty fuck. And they laugh at my dick. But who will scare away the wharf rats if not me? Everyone has a purpose.
Tiny Dick Benjamin, stop singing.
Yeah.
We told you weren't allowed to sing, you small penis homosexual.
And that's Adam Stuff.
That's how he
And
made
that's
his
the-
way
that's-
through the 7 seas.
I'll show you, I'll show all of you.
And we titty fuck the natives on the 7 seas.
They're just the natives are just confused. They don't even really feel raped. They're
Yeah,
just
they-
kind of annoyed.
They're just being held
They're
down.
just laughing at you as
confused, yeah.
you try to titty
Well,
fuck
just
them.
some like big mustache British guys. And
Oh,
I
good
finished.
show, old chap.
Good show. Oh, the good ship candy titty fuck. The good candy ship titty fuck.
Oh yes, we're all into this. Most of them are gay. Most of them pretending to like titties.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if you just pretend.
Well, they're
somebody's
just gay
butt
on the
cheeks.
boat. Once
No,
they
I
hit
think
dry land, then they could do all the raping they like.
is that
but
the
on the
style?
boat-
Is that the style of gay those guys were?
I mean, I think that's the style of naval culture.
Yeah. It's so funny because it's like it's weird to think of the British as like the world's worst colonizers because they are so gay.
Right.
But then you just think about all the gay, rich white guys in San Francisco gentrifying the place. And
True.
It's like, oh, that's just the British.
Yes, that's a great
Yes,
The
point.
that's
tech
right,
industry
brother.
is just
Is the
British.
new British.
people.
That's right, brother.
They're gay guys with their computers.
You
Yeah.
just
Ships
flew-
were computers back then.
The ships
Uh-huh.
were computers.
That was the
black
best
people were
technology.
computers.
They were just Peter Thiels with mustaches.
Yeah, black people from West Africans were like technology.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yes.
so they would go there, and then they would get all the
Get the
technology,
new iPhone.
then bring it over to America and use the technology
To gentrify.
to get stuff. You know, make cotton or whatever.
To
What
What the
gentrify.
fuck? Why do
gentrify
they
the
need that
land.
many slaves for? What, like shirts? Just to make like clothes?
Tobacco, shirts. I think they built stuff too.
Sugar cane.
I think they also raped. It's kind of like a
It's mostly cotton. What do you use cotton for? Underwear?
everything.
Oh, for
dude.
shirts.
Yeah.
Was that your question?
Yeah, it's
Shirts,
like that's
How many
sheets.
shirts do you
Slavery
need?
was just going into making
Well, shirts for the
talties.
whole world.
And we will wear 9XLs.
yeah. We will wear two tall tees.
Tall
XL
tees.
long tees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
means-
The guy that Eli Whitney or whatever came up with
Invented-
the tall
Yeah,
tee.
yeah.
He was a wigger.
Invented the 4 for $15
at
Foot
Foot Locker.
Action. Yeah. Tall tees.
I got it for cheap.
Yeah, that is true. But yeah, you just made a bunch of shirts and shit. Sheets, towels.
Yeah, I think that you need cotton for a lot
Socks.
of stuff.
Although, did they have socks back then?
They had to like tie them.
They had to-
Yeah, they had stockings and
Yeah.
bows and buckles.
They had to tie them.
Shit, imagine tying socks.
They didn't have elastic. Yeah.
Fuck that, dude.
Yeah, losers.
Yeah, imagine
Fuck
not
that
wearing
shit.
nothing but tracksuits.
yeah, dude.
Fucking losers.
If I was alive, if I went back in time to a pre-tracksuit world, I'm taking the fucking
It'd be so
musket
funny if
to
you could
my
go back in
dome.
time. They're like, look at how many teeth he has.
yeah.
He has
That's right.
He has almost all of his teeth.
I'm the
They're like-
best-looking, most preserved man in my
Yeah,
time.
they're like, how did you get so fat?
I'm very rich, you see. I'm a king in my time.
And not ironically. They're like, what's irony?
Nothing. Shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
Shut up. Kill this man. Yes, Lord. Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, were there poor fat guys back in the day? I guess.
No.
Some must have had the worst metabolism of all time.
There weren't even really fat people until 1970.
No, there were fat guys.
No, everyone said fat was bad, so they got rid of it, replaced fat with sugar, and then high fructose corn syrup and everything, and then that's what caused the obesity epidemic.
Well, I think
Well, there were fat people before that.
No, there weren't. Name one.
there was a couple fat guys.
Yeah, like
Cat-
Henry the Eighth.
Winston Churchill.
Knox, the general, we do Fort Knox. He was fat as shit.
Yeah. Taft.
Taft was a fat motherfucker.
But if you look at Taft, like Taft was like the fat president, and Taft is like probably as fat as Donald Trump is.
yeah,
He's like
but Donald
300
Trump's fat.
pounds. Taft.
I don't know. I guess my idea of what
He
fat
couldn't
is.
fit in a bathtub.
After
right?
living in Austin, my idea, because like guys like Blake, that was like, yeah, that guy's like in shape.
Right.
Everybody was just a fat, disgusting piece of shit.
Yeah.
People aren't as fat in New York. I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like everywhere else people are.
It's
super
so
fat.
funny just how
Oh
like,
yeah.
Yeah, and
if
people
you're,
are taller
if you're a man
too.
over the age of 24, you're expected to be like, I don't know, a 32 BMI, just in awful fucking shape.
Mhm.
They're like, yeah, that's. And then they tried to sell it as that dad bod thing.
Uh-huh.
It's like, oh, you mean you don't take care of yourself?
No, I
'Cause
think
you're,
dad
you're
bod
dealing
was
with
like.
the responsibility of a child and/or a weekly Magic the Gathering meetup.
Well, yep. That's
I think
possible.
dad bod was just about like you could be hot but not have abs.
Yep, it's true. They were onto something there.
Because there was like a picture of Leo DiCaprio.
And actually,
he
the
had, like, a
fatter you
gut.
are, the more of a dad bod you have, is what I found out.
That's what they say. I think
That's what-
dad bod is dad bod done though.
No,
Oh,
it's
it's done.
it's forever.
Yeah.
Because it was.
I mean, it
fake.
was always
Steroids
stupid.
are back.
Let's be honest, it was always fucking dumb as shit.
Uh huh.
No one wants. No, those were all just rich guys.
Mhm.
That's it. That's all dad bod shit was.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
They just
it's
got
like
to
either
eat a
you look
lot.
like Jay Cutler or you're gay. Those are the two options.
Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler has dad bod. though.
Bodybuilder.
Oh.
Oh no, not the quarterback for
The
the.
bodybuilder.
No one knows the fuck Jay Cutler.
Everyone.
The
All right,
bodybuilder
Phil
is.
Heath. Either you look like Phil Heath.
I don't
or you're
fucking
gay.
know. But
Jay
you picked
Cutler
the
has
guy who
Little
has.
Olympia.
You picked the guy who has the exact name of a more famous guy.
A way more
No,
famous
they're
guy.
on par. Well, maybe not.
No, Jay Cutler was a starting quarterback in the NFL for like a decade, and
Is
he's
he
married.
out?
And
Is
he's
he out
married
of the
to
league?
Christian whatever
No,
Cavallari.
he's the Dolphins now. No.
No, that was last season. He's retired. He's
Yeah,
married to.
the girl from the hills.
So that makes him even more famous.
yeah.
You guys ever heard of this? The bodybuilder
Big
Steve
arm, no
Harvey?
accuracy. What?
Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I have.
Yeah.
So, what's
Cool.
your point?
I think he's good.
What's your
I
point?
know. Here are the only bodybuilders anyone knows.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lou Ferrigno.
Lou Ferrigno, Magnus Vern Magnuson
Yep.
from the ESPN2 World's Strongest Man days.
Yeah, is that his name?
The Mountain.
Isn't that it?
Magnus Ferd Magnuson.
Isn't that Vern Magnuson?
Vern Magnus. It is Magnus Magnuson, isn't it?
Magnus Vern Magnuson.
Where the fuck is Vern coming
I
from?
thought that was his middle name. Or like
Vern Magnuson.
Also, he's not a bodybuilder. He's a strong man.
same shit.
No, it's completely different.
Same. Well, who else, Adam?
Same. Thanks, though.
The Mountain from Game of Thrones.
The Mountain from Game of Thrones.
The Rock, I guess.
The Rock,
technically.
yeah. Technically, The Rock is more of a wrestler, but you'd say he's a
Mhm.
bodybuilder.
You could say he's a bodybuilder now. He wasn't when he was a wrestler.
Dave Batista.
Dave Bautista, former wrestler.
Now
Mark Wahlberg, technically,
Mark Wahlberg is a bodybuilder.
he's in the community.
Okay,
he's in the world.
Okay, so we named
Yeah.
8.
So it's all people that are more famous for something else, pretty much, than bodybuilding.
Except Magnus Vern Magnuson.
World's strongest man from Iceland.
Who yeah, I really can't think of anyone. Maybe a UFC guy. But they're not really bodybuilders.
Who is Mr. Olympia 2018, Nick? You don't follow this?
No, I don't watch Mr. Olympia.
I thought you liked the poses. I thought you liked the oil. You're not into that.
The
world?
oil is so
What are you talking
weird.
about?
The
They got
oil
that
is
dark.
weird.
They got that motor
Yeah.
oil shit.
They
Well,
always
they-
have like an old man.
But it's because
oiling
black
them up,
people
too.
started winning, and they were like, "We'll see about that."
What is that oil? Is it like tanning oil?
Yeah, I think it's just spray tan shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
For definition.
Hawaiian Tropic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe I should be a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Maybe you should.
I was dreaming about like taking a serum or something
A serum.
that would like knock me out, and or maybe like a computer chip or something, or something where someone else uses my body for a couple hours and works out.
Mm-hmm.
That would be ideal.
Yeah.
Maybe I get to be in his body for
Yeah.
a couple hours, play video games or something.
Or you can like put yourself into one of those medically induced comas and then just like connect all those electrodes to your muscles
Mm-hmm.
and then have them contract.
Does that
for, like-
work?
I don't think that works. Didn't they try to market that in like the 90s? That you could just sit on your couch and work out.
Yeah,
you just,
that
like,
happens
plug
every
these electrodes to
Yeah.
your tits and like your stomach or whatever.
every once in a while. That shit comes back, and every time I'm like, nice, I'm gonna do that.
The electrode.
Something you just strap
Now you
on.
have the disposable income to literally buy one the next time you see that infomercial.
Maybe I should have listened to my.
You like once a year decide to go into the gym,
I go to the gym every 9 months.
yeah. And then it's like a critical failure every time.
It's not a critical failure.
You
I go
embarrass
for a couple
yourself.
weeks and then I feel like pretty good.
jacked, swole.
Yeah. Honestly, I go to the and this is pretty sad or whatever, but I go to the gym when I don't have a girlfriend.
Yes.
So I try to attract a mate.
Well, we
That's-
went to the gym, and you had a girlfriend at the time.
Yeah, but I felt like I really didn't need to be there because I had a girlfriend.
You wanted to go to the gym.
It's like going to a party. It's like if if I'm like I don't really.
you asked me to come to the gym with you and help you lift weights.
Yeah, I mean you showed me the ropes.
It was a bonding experience.
Yeah, we had fun together. You were wearing jeans. That guy yelled at us as we were backing back. Adam, you're a bug.
Yeah,
That was pretty funny. And you were like, "Does that happen all the time to you?"
I do. I remember that. Fuck, I gotta go to the dentist.
I just went to the dentist last week.
What do they say? I haven't been in.
They
8
said
years.
I haven't been.
These are the
I
gayest
haven't
teeth
been in-
we've ever seen in our
I haven't been in
lives.
3 years, and I'm like, I'm fucked. And they said, fine.
3 of your teeth are just calcified
I brush my teeth
jizz.
probably once, sometimes twice a day, but most days once a day.
Yeah, I'm a once a day boy.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Yeah,
And
just
that
before I go
no
to bed,
cavities.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe after the coffees and shit.
If you had some kind of real fucked up meal,
Apparently, before bed is more important than in the morning.
Of course.
first thing.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
I could see that.
Yeah, I mean, you should brush your teeth like before bed and then after breakfast.
People say you're supposed to brush your teeth like before after meals and shit. And
Yeah.
that can honestly suck my hard penis.
Yeah,
Who's-
I had a boss who used to floss and brush his teeth after every meal, and I did not respect
Did he
him.
have great teeth?
I didn't respect him.
And he would wipe before every one of Adam's meals as a courtesy.
He would wipe my ass.
No, he would wipe his ass
Before you ate
before
his ass.
you ate his ass.
How did you
No,
not
no, no, no.
God.
get that, man?
No, he would wipe my ass.
Time,
before-
time to like not even one up the joke, just reiterate what you think it is, so you can be.
No, I'm
involved
telling
with
you what I think it is that he wiped my ass before he ate my ass.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Because
not.
that is how you treat
No.
it.
your
Yeah, my teeth
inferiors.
hurt
No.
so much.
Who did
Really?
you go to, Adam? Where'd you find this dentist?
My friend's mom in Queens. And Dasha afterwards said that dentistry is a racket for the Jews.
She's not wrong.
Wow, you heard it here first. Dasha Nekrasova doing anti-Semitism.
Yeah.
Is she canceled?
She does it all the time.
You
I
gotta
think she's
cancel her.
canceled.
I heard that Anna burned a cross.
Katchian?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
she's canceled.
She's canceled.
Who is this person? Can I get the hookup?
It's Phil's mom.
Oh, so they charge you double?
0. They charged me 0.
Oh, who told me
Because I
that-
don't have dental insurance.
Yeah, I don't have any kind of insurance.
Yeah. So
Let me-
she
let
hooked
me
it
go to
up.
Phil's
Is she a good?
mom.
Is she a good dentist? I just got
She's-
insurance.
She has a she's not she doesn't have a delicate touch. But let me
Mm.
tell you something else.
I need a delicate
They
touch.
gas
I'm a bitch.
they give you gas, which I've
For
never had
cleaning?
before.
You
For
just
cleaning.
pussy.
Bro, I take it.
No,
The last time I got my fucking teeth
It's like
cleaned,
doing poppers, dude.
bro, when I got my teeth cleaned, it hurt more than getting my shit pulled. This
Dude,
fucking
it
little
hurt-
Bolivian woman
It
fucked
hurts
my
me
shit
so
up.
much.
She was just like, I could feel everything, and when I spit, it was like dark red blood.
Yeah.
It was like the shit that comes out at you when you slice up a fucking liver or some shit.
Fuck, I don't even want to think about it.
It
Dude.
was
my
brutal.
teeth already hurt.
Dude,
Bro,
I saw
take the
that-
laughing gas.
I saw the nitrous tanks in their office. They have these 3 huge nitrous tanks, and I was like, I had half of mine to be like, I'm just gonna steal one of these right now. Follow fish for the summer. Sell balloons in
Yeah.
the lot.
Mhm.
You can make so much fucking money doing
Oh, do
that
people
shit.
sell balloons of laughing gas?
They
Yeah,
sell
dude.
balloons of
Balloons of
yeah,
all
of
kinds of-
nitrous. Yeah.
Of all kinds of shit.
Really?
Yeah, I remember I went to
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Starscape.
Uh huh. I
and,
remember Starscape.
Yeah, and there was guys just I think they're gonna go around and go balloons, balloons,
Balloons.
balloons,
This one's full of heroin.
$5 balloons.
Max told me he came up on 2 tanks one summer. went to a fish show. Him and his brother sold out, made like $50,000 or something.
What?
And then the second tank he just chiefed for a summer. He just like chiefed
$50,000,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, like tens of thousands of dollars. And then and then he
What?
chiefed the second tank for a summer, and by the end of the summer he got nitrous poisoning and like couldn't feel his hands or feet for like 3 weeks.
That's
And
incredible.
he thought he was gonna die.
Did he jerk off? Did he give himself a double stranger?
I have no idea.
That must have
That
been
would be like
awesome.
yeah, that would be like the strange.
A double stranger is that you go both hands on your dick,
Yes.
or you alternate.
Ooh.
Oh, like you're milking a cow.
They
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Your hands compete.
Wow,
Yeah, it's like you're
that's cool.
juggling your own dick.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You're like, I don't know, that was pretty good right hand, but let's see what left hand is. dog."
Apparently, it's like tough.
And we sail the 7 seas, titty fucking.
It's tough to get your hands on them. You got to get them from like the mafia or something. They're like
What?
heavily regulated. Yeah, you can't get them like for like a party supplier. You have to be like a
Nitrous?
dentist or like a
Nitrous?
yeah.
How did he come up on them then?
Some shady characters.
How old was he that he was in touch with these shady
Probably like
characters?
16.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And he
Lived
made
a
that
full
much
life.
money?
Yeah, they used to make a shit ton of money
Fuck, dude. I
off
want
of
to
the
make.
jam.
I want to
circuit.
make that much money.
How about let's
You know
call
what
up,
we
let's
could
call
do?
up Robert's Oxygen and see.
Yeah, I see Robert's Oxygen everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, you know what we could do, dude? Fake acid, make a shit ton of money.
That
no
is
one would
true.
know. They'd be like, "I'm not." They'd find out later that
We
it was
just tell
fake.
them it takes like a little
Yeah, it
longer
takes like
to
an
kick
hour.
in.
Yeah, yeah. But it's real heady, dude.
and we're gone.
Yeah, then we're fucking gone. Cross
Or
state
you know
lines.
what's real diabolical? You mix in like 10 real hits of acid. Like if you sell to like a big group, 2 of them are real.
Mm-hmm.
and so two
So
of them
they're
are
like, I'm
tripping.
tripping.
Yeah. And then the other guy just feels like an asshole.
Yeah. Well, then he
That's-
fakes like he's stripping.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
If he's insecure enough, we only sell to pussies. And
One
that
of my most probably embarrassing moments growing up
Mm-hmm.
was my friends rolled a joint, and I'd never smoked weed
Uh-huh.
before. We were like 13, and they lit it, and I took a hit. And I started coughing like crazy and stuff. I'm,
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna throw up. And they're like, "Are you high?" I was like, "I think I am." And then they're like, they just picked grass off the ground
my
in their front
God.
yard. And they're like, "You're a fucking liar, dude." you
Fuck
bitch,
those
dude.
kids.
Yeah, my friend David did
That's
that to me.
fucked up, dude.
That
They were
is-
trying
it
to.
hurt
They were
my
just
feelings.
trying to embarrass you.
Yeah, they embarrassed
That's not a
me.
real friend.
I mean, that's what happens on this show.
that's not a real friend. No, you embarrass yourself.
No, I
on
mean,
this
we
show.
smoked weed later that day, but yeah.
No, dude.
I was so excited about smoking weed. And
Oh yeah.
did you want to be a stoner before you ever even tried weed?
I was scared, dude.
Oh, I thought it was so cool.
I was so scared in
Literally,
middle
the
school.
movie Half Baked was the reason.
Yeah, half baked, and like I thought like Woodstock was cool and stuff. When
Well,
I was like 11,
When was the first time you smoked weed?
when I was 13,
So 8th grade,
7th grade.
7th grade. Yeah. 7th grade is when kids were smoking weed, and it was. I gotta say, it was the Jews. I don't know what the fuck it is
Jews
about
love
that.
weed.
This kid Jordy would come to school high as shit,
Uh-huh.
and they were making plans to like have a party where people smoke weed, and I was like, I was scared. I was
Mhm.
like, all right, I'm gonna bring a change of clothes. So my mom can't smell, so I'm gonna smoke it, and my mom can't smell it.
Shower.
And I was literally like, can I shower at your place? I was so scared I was gonna
Yeah,
get
yeah.
caught, and I just ended up pretending I was
You know
sick.
what's so funny? I was never worried about getting caught with drugs, but pornography. Like to this day, if my mom was like, "Do you look at porn?" I'm like, "No, of course not.
yeah. You're
Never."
tying off.
Yeah,
You're
right.
like, have you seen my syringes,
Yeah,
mom?
yeah, right. I've never jacked off once.
No, I was doing heroin, mom. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
jacking off. Stupid
I don't know.
bitch.
Yeah, there's just something so much more shameful about.
That is
Being off.
so something about your psychology. That it's like just a very basic ass desire that everyone has. You're like, no, I can't admit it.
Yeah. Right. Oh boy. Yeah. Now I'm interested in purchasing some oxygen.
Yeah, not
Oxygen or
laughing
nitrous?
gas, dude.
Yeah,
Oh.
let's get nitrous.
I mean, there's a bunch of stuff I'm into.
Like what else?
I think it's hard to get your hands
A
on
man's
tank of
penis?
nitrous.
Wait a second. I'm looking at Nick's phone now. It says where to buy a man's penis.
How do you
What
buy
the-
like just a loose
Yeah, it
penis?
does. I don't know. He's the one Googling it.
No, it says Robert's Oxygen, Monroe, North Carolina. Come visit our showroom for
And
all
s-
your welding needs.
And for a man's penis needs.
Yeah, what kind of besides like the dentist's office would you need like an industrial nitrous like usage? Like what
getting
industrial
getting
usage
a little
does
too
that?
fast and a little too furious.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
true.
that's true. Where do they get NOS for their cars?
Ooh. Good
But that's
question.
not street legal. Those guys don't care about the law. They just want to push it
But
to 11.
I don't care about the law either.
Nah, I
Can
don't
you
give
huff
a fuck about
Nas?
the law.
Can you
I'm a
huff
fucking
Nas?
sovereign citizen, dude. I don't respect the laws of this
Yeah.
country.
You can buy it at Advance Auto Parts.
What?
NOS?
Yeah.
But not. You can't sniff it though.
Given its myriad uses, it is not illegal to sell or possess nitrous oxide.
Laughing gas.
Yeah. In the United States, there are, however, many laws regarding the distribution of minors and the recreational inhalation of nitrous. Often a misdemeanor in several states, misuse is a felony.
Wow.
Do you ever get do you
But
ever
there's
do
got to
whip-
be.
do you
There's got to
ever
be
do
different
whip it?
grades.
So you don't need to know, as Adam said, the mafia.
I'm pretty sure you need the mafia.
Yeah. There's got to be different grades though. You know what I mean? Like safe for inhaling versus safe for a fucking car or whatever.
No, it's the same gas.
And also, you can't get like a full tank for your car, can you?
Why would full tank wouldn't
A
fit?
fucking 6-foot tank of nitrous. That's why I saw the dentist's office and I was like, that's sick, dude.
Yeah.
Remember
It
there
is
was-
so funny that Nick just immediately found a legal way to buy something you claimed.
Maybe not the
Was
smart.
that-
It didn't sound right, but I didn't think about it. I didn't care.
I
was-
think it is regulated.
The mafia too, not even like drug dealers.
Yeah.
No.
You gotta go like 4
You
levels
gotta go above their
a
head.
street level.
You need
drug
to find
dealer.
some wise guys. You need to go to a pork store, to the back room of a strip club.
Tom, I just came up on these nitrous tanks, Tom.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Be careful.
Whoa.
That's
That's
very
the fucking-
illegal.
That's so fucking hot. You're gonna bring the fucking cops here. The fucking feds are watching.
The mafia. That's like when I changed my name to Adam on Smash.
Yeah. That was one of the funniest things of all time. We were playing Super Smash Brothers, and we're all selecting names.
Yeah, no, I started. You said that, and I started thinking about. Sorry, the Caprice that's Nos powered in the movie Black Sheep.
Oh,
Oh,
they have-
yeah.
He's got the
I
friend
love
with the
that
cop
movie,
car.
dude.
Yeah, he's got the cop car with nitrous in it. I remember thinking that was like fucking badass.
Yeah,
when I was a
yeah,
kid.
yeah.
I remember the
Of
first time I saw it, I didn't
It was
understand.
badass,
I didn't
yeah.
understand what "kill Whitey" meant.
Yeah.
When he does that speech and then he says
I didn't
"kill
understand
Whitey"
either.
at the end, I like was laughing, but I was like, I
I
don't
had
know.
no
what-
idea.
Who's Whitey?
I had no idea. What he was talking.
I really did not, dude. I grew up in such a fucking dumb racist like community. Like when I was a little ass kid, I had just no idea about anything until I got to middle school.
Oh
Because Greektown was so insular. It was like we were in southeast Baltimore. We were like neighboring the hood on one side, and like just at that point, Canton, which was getting very gentrified, but was also just like trashy when I was very young. But still, my whole world was just like the 6 blocks from my fucking house to my school and my church. That's all the fuck I knew. Those are the restaurants we went to. When we were like really trying to like be fancy, we would go to White Marsh Mall, which is
Mhm.
like 15 minutes up the highway.
Yeah, yeah.
And to me, that was a long ass drive.
Uh-huh.
That's all I fucking knew. So everyone was just fucking dumb and racist and like,
That movie was on Comedy Central
Damn, should I buy a Caprice?
every day.
oh yeah,
Should I buy,
how much?
buy a fucking?
Hell yes.
That'd be sick, dude.
Damn, I was picturing a different car. That is so much cooler than what I
are you,
thought.
the Caprice Classic?
Yes, I was
the
picturing Caprice
90s
car.
bubbles one?
Exactly, that's
Yeah,
exactly.
No, those are garbage.
Yeah, that one. The one
What
you just
year
showed me is
Caprice?
tight.
Like an 87,
Oh, sick.
85.
That's the same amount.
Does that does that count as a muscle car?
If you, I think that there was like a SS package on the Caprice.
What is a muscle car?
Like a sedan, or it was an American car with like an overpowered engine.
a lot
for
of
its weight.
horsepower,
Uh-huh.
a lot of
Yeah.
damn horses on
A
there.
lot of ponies.
You guys ever ride a horse?
Yeah.
Where?
Zion National Park
Where's that?
in Utah.
Nice.
I've ridden horses also. Other
Really?
times, yeah. It really hurts your thighs.
Really?
The next day you wake up and your thighs feel like jello.
They're chapped, or
They hurt.
you put a lot of
Because you're
takes
like
muscle.
squeezing yourself on the horse with your thighs, like so you don't fall off.
So cowboys must have had thick thighs.
Yeah, they're probably jacked thighs.
Yeah,
Is
it
that why
doesn't-
Abraham Lincoln fucked his friend's thighs?
It doesn't look
Probably.
like there was an SS Caprice. There was an SS Monte Carlo, but I don't know if they had a
Interesting.
Super Sport Caprice package.
Did you ever ride a horse, Nick?
I've been on one of those, like, you sit on the horse and then they, like, you go
With a
along
rope?
trail. No,
Oh,
you
yeah, yeah.
follow other people. Like one of those.
Yeah,
slow-
I've been on one of those.
Yeah, yeah. I've never been on, like, an actual fucking.
I've never galloped.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I want to gallop. I want a big. I would need a Clydesdale probably,
yeah.
but I want to gallop on that motherfucker.
Uh-huh.
I want a big ass horse. You guys got little ass ponies.
I would be down to like get into some equestrian style shit.
No, I've never been on a horse. I'm always too fat. I would go. There would be like child's parties where some guy had like some girl had a pony, and I was way too fat.
Have you
as
ever
a
seen
kid.
that picture of who's that white guy in the NBA? He was a center who played for Germany, but he was American.
Oh yeah,
Chris
Brad-
Kamen.
Oh, Chris Kamen?
Chris Kamen, yeah. Have you
Okay.
ever seen that picture of him on a horse?
No.
Hilarious.
There's a wonderful picture of Eldest on a horse. That is
A fat guy on a
I don't
horse
even need
is
to see it. I'm already in love with this picture.
a fat guy on a horse is like a great image.
I'm Lady Godiva.
It was incredible, dude. He was in,
completely nude.
yeah. He was in like 9th grade in the weird. He looked weird anyway, like dumbass, horrible adolescence. Plus, he's just fat as shit, big
Oh,
as
yeah.
shit.
Oh, this shit fucking rules, dude. This pic rules.
What are you looking at?
Chris Kamen on a horse.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one, Chief. What about any other I want to ride an elephant. That seems like fun.
That would be
Oh yeah,
cool.
the horse has his cock out and is pissing.
Nice.
Are you sure you're not too fat to ride an elephant?
No, I'm pretty sure I can handle an elephant.
I am sorry, sir, but you are too fat to ride the elephant.
Scalia rode an elephant, dude. I can ride a fucking elephant.
Why?
I'm sorry, sir, but you are fatter than Angelina Scalia.
No, fuck that. How tall was Scalia?
He was taller than you.
No.
He was 5'4", so he
No.
was taller than you.
First of all, we're the same height, so that's how tall
You and
you
Angelina
are.
Scalia are both
No,
5'3".
me and you, bitch.
No, I'm inches.
No.
Easily.
No,
Easily inches.
barely. Antonin Scalia.
So barely taller than you.
No,
Yeah, you just said that.
no, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I said barely.
Barely is still
Damn,
tall.
Scalia is 5'7". I'm a little
He's
taller than him.
5'7".
He was.
He's a short king.
She's
He's
just
not
a girl
short.
looking at the two of us, and she's like, who will I have sex with? She's like, wait a second. Stand back to back. And then when the computer, like, just zooms in while making the, like, Matrix
Bing!
noise.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
and then we see, and then I'm a fraction of
Only
a,
because of your hair.
a fraction of that's still taller, bitch. That's part of my
It's
body.
hair. It doesn't
You
count.
fucking dumbass.
Then I'll wear a hat.
Okay,
dude.
whose hair is it?
Huh?
Whose hair is it?
I don't know for sure if you got plugs or
Whose
something.
hair is it?
I don't think you should count the hair.
Thank you,
you should
Adam.
count the hair. Whose
Thank
hair
you,
is it?
Adam.
Because you could have an afro and then be like
Very
6 inches
true.
taller.
All right, yeah, all right. Then we're taking away your Jew fro from you, and you're fucking 5'1"
I'm not. I'm 5'1" without the hair.
with your fucking.
What was
dumb
that
Hey
bad?
Arnold Friends hair.
What was
Jeff
that-
Sessions is 5'5".
He's
He
5'5".
truly is a fucking elf.
Jeff Sessions looks like Billy Quizboy.
He
He
truly
looks
does.
like the guy from Magnolia, the old guy in the gay bar,
I don't know him.
the Nazi from Blues Brothers.
Never saw Blues Brothers.
What?
Let's see what Maureen Scalia looks like. I bet she's fucking ugly. Let's see. Oh, okay.
That was another problem with the
kind of-
Dick Cheney movie is that Christian Bale's too big. Dick
Dick-
Cheney was kind of I
How
think
about
like
the
5'8"
Dick
or
Tasty
5'7".
movie, and
No.
it's not Adam.
What?
Yeah, and then it's all the
That's
villains
good.
still have names like Flat Top or Foreskin or
Yeah.
whatever, and then they just got weird prosthetic dicks.
Dick
What do you
Tasty.
And
call it?
Adam's-
Dick Oh, it's a Dick
and then
Tracy.
Adam sucks all of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did
yeah,
you
I like
guys-
that.
Did you
Adam's like, yeah. What's the rumpus, Chopper? He's just dressed like a gun ball. Just blow. And people are like, "What is this movie?" And like, I don't know. This guy doesn't like his
Some
friends. So he
gay
made,
guy
made
or
a movie.
The guy's gay.
This
I
guy-
think.
yeah.
He spent $10 million.
This guy
to
who's
be
got
mean
too
to
much
his friend.
money and he
Yeah.
keeps calling his friend gay, so he made a movie. I don't know. You should see his other movie. It's this musical about sailing the seven seas. The titty fuck the natives.
Yo, Scalia had hella daughters.
Yeah, I fucked all of them.
Yeah, that's because God hated him.
Some of them are kind of. Some of them could get it. Jack Scalia has hot daughter. Who's Jack Scalia? He's got hot daughters. Oh well. Wait, how tall was Dick? He wasn't a big guy.
Cheney
played
was like
football.
5'8", or like 5'9".
Did he? Yeah, he's 5'8". He played football at Yale. I
But
guess.
yeah, but Christian Bale's like too big. He seemed like big and imposing. He got fat for it, and it just made him look like hulking. You
How
know what I
tall? How tall is Christian Bale?
6'1".
Oh,
mean?
okay.
Yeah, but like the other actors looked much smaller.
Look at
than
this.
him.
What is it? 77 Caprice.
That's a cute car, man.
It's clean, huh?
That is clean. How
Yeah.
much?
$8,500.
Dude, buy it cash. Fuck it.
Yeah, cash offer.
Be like, I'll give you 8 G's cash, and you have to suck my
I'll
friend's
give you
dick.
$2,000 cash.
Take it or
They're like,
leave.
we're not hiding this from the government. We don't need
Yeah.
cash that bad. Like, all right, 3,000.
3,000 Bitcoin. They're like, you know that's like $400,000, right? Shut up. Deal or no deal?
Ah, fuck, man.
Yeah, I hope the cryptocurrency shit comes back and I can break even in like 9 years.
Yeah, when you're raising your children, dude.
It sucks. It fucking sucks, dude. I'm trying to buy a house. Your boy emailed me some options.
Nice.
Yeah,
You should buy a house.
I will buy a house. We're gonna start doing the podcast.
I love
But
it.
yeah,
I want us to spend months of the year in Baltimore.
Yeah, that would rule, dude.
Yeah.
Adam has to drive twice a week. He has to take a
Take
train.
Amtrak.
Amtrak Friedland, dude.
Yeah. You're like, why can't we do it in my place?
Fuck. I would.
He just comes down and he's like, guys, I'm outside the place. It's like, oh shit, we went back to New York, dude.
Yeah.
We told you we were in New York. Take
That
the
would be
train
very
back
rude.
now. You got to take the train back now. We have to do the podcast.
Fuck, dude. That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
In Baltimore, you have so much space too.
Yeah.
Just have a
Little
whole
backyard,
room.
a grill,
Yeah, dude.
little wood shop down in the basement.
Yes,
Not
yes,
even
ma'am.
thinking about dust extraction.
Yes, ma'am.
Just inhaling massive amounts of sawdust.
Yummy.
Yeah, just spray painting down there.
Spray
and stuff.
painting down there,
Oh,
practicing
lacquer?
my graffiti.
When I would work,
Lacquering.
when I would work with my dad, and I would get fucked up lacquering shit.
Just some Latino guy that like buys a house. He's like, finally, I got a place down here where I could practice my graffiti. He's just like,
fucking up his own
just
walls.
collapsing. Dying, confused. I just have to keep doing my graffiti. I love doing my graffiti so much.
Yeah, maybe I'll be a street artist. You know, it's pretty cool and not fucking dumb as shit. That's for sure.
Mm.
Street art.
Yeah, dude. Banksy definitely gets a ton of pussy.
He probably does.
No, because no one knows what he looks like.
Oh, you think there's just a bunch of British guys like, I love, I'm
Banksy's,
fucking
yeah,
Banksy.
yeah. Guys trying to get laid.
Oi, I'm fucking Banksy.
Did you see my fucking
Well,
my
mate.
gay ass stencil that I did?
I did the Queen of England, but she had a fucking mustache
Like Hitler.
like Hitler.
Yeah. No,
Oi,
it's a
let me
police
suck your
officer,
cock.
right? And he's holding a banana and it says, cops, the real coons. And they said,
okay.
is this the turning point for Banks?
Dude, it's so
Banksy
funny.
jumped the shark.
It's so funny we think America is so racist, but like Europe is just like so much more insane.
Damn,
But-
dude.
but-
Spit
Wait,
church.
no.
Preach.
Never mind. Never mind.
Uh-huh. Damn.
But like black soccer players in Europe just
Testify,
literally just
brother.
get bananas thrown at them
Yeah.
every single game.
Mhm.
The entire stadium of like Inter Milan
Yeah.
was doing a chant at this black player for Napoli, calling him a monkey the entire game.
Well, European racism is like pure.
Mhm.
Like they're not hiding it the way Americans.
Well, it's
It's
also their
definitely-
countries are built off of ethnicities too.
yeah, but it's like don't get me wrong, it's obviously horrible, but it's like you can at least just be like, stop doing that. And whereas here, it's like people claim to not be racist. And
Remember
like,
this Spanish kid when I was like 11 or something? You know, I was like, he was like new to America, and so it was like, you know, just like, you know, like I'd say, hey, so what's different, and like, you know, like just talking to him. I'm like, do you like America? Is it like a culture shock or whatever? He's like, to be honest with you, I like prefer Spain. And I was like, why? And he's like, it's not as contaminated as America. I was like, what do you? I'm like the water, like
yeah,
you
yeah.
just get a Brita filter. Out of
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, that's.
And he was like, no,
crazy.
I mean like culturally or
that's
whatever.
insane.
Yeah.
Contaminated.
Contaminated. That's what he said. And it was like so weird to me because at the time I was like, does this spick think he's white? You know, it just blew my mind.
Yeah.
A Spanish person thought he was.
Dude, you're fucking Mexican.
Yeah, I was like, you're fucking. Yeah.
Dude, watch your fucking tongue.
Yeah,
you fucking,
you're just trash.
you fucking wetback. We'll send you back to Guadalajara.
Oh my god.
He's just like some fucking white aristocrat from Spain.
Yeah, he's like, I'm from
Yeah.
Barcelona.
What did he look like?
Huh?
Was he white?
Like a white
Was he
guy.
white?
The what?
Spanish guy?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he looked like you.
Yeah. Beautiful.
It's a big
golden
fat,
brown.
big fat piece of
Just
shit.
a beautiful Mediterranean man. I got you.
Yeah, I remember
Striking.
not knowing that Asian people were racist to each other. I thought they'd all be friends.
yeah.
Because they're all Asian. Then I found out that, you know, people hate the Chinese if you're Japanese
Mhm.
or whatever. I was like, that
Mhm.
makes no sense. Why would they all be cool
They,
with each
Koreans
other?
really switched up on them. They went from being at the bottom to
from being
having,
trash to being
but
like
now they got all the good shit.
they're
Everyone
still
sings their
kinda,
songs.
Dude, the plastic surgery shit there is insane.
Yeah, no, people go nuts. They like inject like saline. They do at home plastic surgery.
Yeah, you can go to the
They
That's
mall.
inject like
wild.
saline into their fucking.
can go, like, without it-
eyebrows,
Right.
and then like die
What?
Yeah, yeah.
from trying to have like bigger eyelids.
It's something
Holy
like
shit.
if you
Yeah.
don't get it, you're dirt poor.
Mhm.
And that's like their cultural, like they value it to that level. Like you get it just so you can prove to everyone.
We should
you're
go
not
to we
poor.
should go to fucking Seoul.
I'd go to South Korea.
You
I
can
wanna-
go in the mall appointment free and get plastic surgery.
Really?
Yeah.
Should we go?
Just walk up and get some plastic
Should
surgery.
we go
Dude, let's
and
get
look
let's
more
get
Korean?
huge dicks.
Yeah.
Well, they all get
Korea.
like folds above their eyelids because Asian people don't have the epicanthic folds.
No, they do have epicanthic folds.
Or yeah, right. They get it and they get them removed or whatever, so their eyes can look more Western.
Shout out
Oh,
to
yeah.
Amber, by the way.
Is that what she has? Is that why people say
Asian
she looks
ass
Asian?
Amber. She looks Eskimo.
That's a cool look. To be white and have those, I think it's cool. I wish I had them.
Yeah.
People
you know
do.
that like dudes like sue their wife or it doesn't happen. all
It
the time,
happened
but
one
happened
time.
one
We
time.
saw
Yeah,
that
yeah.
viral thing that might
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
fake.
It's probably fake.
Yeah.
What's fake?
There was some article that I think this might have been literally in the Facebook days.
It might have been a
Yeah,
Facebook
where-
move. Yeah,
where
yeah.
it was like some guy sued his Chinese wife because
no,
she
his Korean wife.
Korean
Yeah,
wife because she got plastic surgery and they had ugly ass kids.
yeah. And he's like, I didn't know you were actually ugly.
Yeah.
Do you ever see before and afters though of Korean plastic surgery? They're so funny.
Yeah.
Like some busted ass people, and then you like see them, you're like, God.
That's
damn.
everyone who gets plastic surgery though, right?
No, a lot of the time it looks. Most of the time, I think it looks bad.
I guess.
It's
If you're old as shit, but if you're like kind of fucking ugly and young and you get plastic surgery, you probably look good.
I've seen.
It
seen
doesn't
some
hold
fucked
up.
Yeah,
Don't get me
yeah.
wrong, it doesn't hold up, but you
Yeah.
get a couple. Your prime burns brighter. You're more fuckable in your prime.
Yeah.
I mean, remember what I looked like
I really
before
want
the
to buy
surgery?
this Caprice, man.
So buy it. Where is it?
Here's another one, but all the work's already been done to it.
Oh, you want to work?
Oh, you want to do
Yeah.
Where are you gonna work on it?
Yeah, tune that bad boy up.
Oh, Jesus
What's this?
fucking Christ! That's not true.
I can't. I don't have my glasses.
That bitch looks like Bigfoot in the before. And she just looks like she's a K-pop star in the after. She has one of the biggest jaws I've ever seen in my fucking life. I had him been showing Nick.
No,
a
this is
before and
fake,
after.
dude.
There's no way that's true.
That's
dude.
that's
They,
absolutely.
they
not
must have
real.
shaved 4 inches of chin
You're,
bone.
Adam, you're laughing at like
I-
a meme for like uncles on Facebook. I look how ugly she looked in the before picture, and then the after one.
There's
Well,
a
I'll
mi-
tell you
That's
what.
a man, dude. That's the before is a dude,
I'm
and
saying,
the after is a hot K-pop lady. Suck my dick and let me fuck your father's ass.
Yeah, this is not real.
yeah, that's for sure 100% real, dude. I
Whatever,
saw it
man.
on a Facebook.
Who gives a fuck?
Dude, look how ugly this girl is.
Damn. Her teeth are baba busted.
Yeah, she must be North Korean.
Which part? You're from Korea? Which one?
Yo, you know that guy? Remember in Austin Powers, Random Pass?
Yes.
The
Odd job. Yeah.
You know he's in prison for
Yes, raping like wildly.
at gunpoint.
Yeah, like incredibly violent rape. I remember that. I'm thinking like, God damn.
Have you seen the video of them? Because he was arrested for vandalism, and then his DNA matched. And it was a Christmas Eve rape from 1990.
Holy, really? It was like a old school.
Yeah, it was like 20 years prior.
Damn.
Wow, like an unsolved.
That's wild that he got the one rape kit that was ever actually
Yeah, they're
processed.
like, Mr. Sun, what do you say that you do? Like, he's like, oh, I'm an actor. I'm in comedy.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm on Wikipedia, believe it or not. You can look it up. It's Austin Powers. We'll tell you why you're here. Christmas Eve, 1990, 19-year-old girl walking through a carport. She gets pulled into, and you can see in his face that he's like, damn. You know,
Holy shit, really? There's video of them telling him?
that they got him like dead to rights.
Oh,
They're like,
And he takes his shoe off and
he's
tries
like,
to throw
they
it at
hold
them?
her at gunpoint, sexually assault her. He's like, that's bad. He's like, you're right, it is bad. He's like, DNA says it's you. And he's like, we got the wrong guy. And he's like, okay. Well, we showed her your picture. That's you there. He's like, "Right." She said, without question. And like the prosecutor, or the detective, or whatever it is, he's like, you're fucked.
yeah.
He's like, you understand with that like alone, you're just.
He's
fucked.
like, no, it's Odd Job.
Yeah.
I was the guy
It's like-
parodying him.
yeah.
He's like, okay, are you familiar with Austin Powers 2?
He's like, listen, how about I get Vern to sign some stuff over here
As a
for you
character
guys?"
witness.
Dude, that would be great. An Austin Powers movie where he has to save random tasks from prison.
From rape.
He's like,
Get him off on his rape charges.
what's that, Mini-Me? The Me Too movement is ruining comedy.
Mini-Me
Yeah.
too?
yeah, baby. Mini-Me Too, that's funny.
Come on, baby. In the 70s, that wasn't even considered a crime, baby.
Mini-Me Too, it's like a woman being like, I was raped, and then like a midget and little motorized version that was like, like raising her hand and crying.
That's funny. That's very funny.
There we go.
Yeah.
Mini Me Too, everyone.
Yeah.
There was another.
How about Mickey Mouse and then his girlfriend is Me Too Mouse instead of Minnie Mouse?
There were-
If you tell anyone, I'll kill you.
I'll kill your family.
I'll kill your family. I'm the most. If you want to be in the movie, you better do what I say. That was a Family Guy joke, right? Is Minnie Mouse having to take her clothes off for Walt Disney?
Yeah. You want to be a star,
You
don't
wanna
you?
be a star,
yeah. Do I have to? Family Guy predicting the Me Too movement.
Dude, Seth MacFarlane is like, that guy's a hero almost in a way.
for that.
For pointing out rape when everyone thought it was just a funny joke, Seth was also doing jokes.
Yeah.
Just joking about
Also, he kept going even though everyone was telling him his show sucked and stuff.
Yeah, he went in on Bryan Singer like way back in the
Did
day.
he?
Yeah.
Good for
On
him.
Family Guy.
it. Family Guy's got.
Everyone
like,
also calls him
bangers.
gay too.
He is
Yeah,
gay.
he's probably gay.
Is he gay?
He's probably gay.
I would assume so.
Why else would he be going in
He
on Bryan
sings
Singer?
a lot.
He likes musicals. He dated Olivia Munn, who only dates
Only
gay guys.
dates gay guys. Aaron
Yeah,
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. Yeah.
Who else? Has he dated
Only
anybody
gay
else?
people care about Bryan Singer.
Yeah, that is true.
What do you
Yeah.
mean?
That is true. Especially the people in this
Yeah,
room.
especially the guy that had a 2-week.
No, I care about everything. I'm a man of.
I don't know. You just said it
Sounds
yourself.
like you
I'm like
called
the
yourself
architect.
gay just
Nick,
now.
it's fine that you just came out of the closet indirectly.
Yeah, it's 2019 almost.
It's about to be, baby.
Is it?
I think so.
I'm mad there's not more Caprice options on Craigslist. There's only really those two.
There might be a couple more.
How fast are those? You can get them fast.
I mean, I guess.
Oh,
you
you
can
can
make
get
them
'em.
quick.
You can make them quick.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Well,
Ze-
fast is
0
like,
to 60 is quick.
is quick. Fast is like top speed.
That's velocity as opposed to speed.
Velocity is speed plus direction.
Something like that.
Times time.
Velocity is.
Yeah, speed. Yeah, you're right.
This is the thing.
It's
and then
something
these-
with time.
These like
Mhm.
these like homework nerds will email after they get fucking livid. They're like, "How dare you not remember what the derivative of?"
We're 30.
Yeah.
We haven't been in school in forever.
I haven't been in. I have not.
You
learned,
dropped out of high school.
I've not learned anything since 2003.
Absolutely, dude. I'm so done learning shit.
Well, we learn things, but
No.
no one on their own is gonna learn that kind of shit.
Yeah, right.
That shit you have to learn in school, but you're not like it's not like an interesting thing you want to learn
yeah.
about.
I
And
had-
when, yeah.
Yeah, my brain is spent thinking up things like I was imagining Richard Gere in a video store and he's looking lovingly at the cover of Five Goes West. And then, and then you see him like just stare off into the distance and he's imagining a guinea pig wearing a little cowboy hat. That's what my brain does. I don't do numbers, bitch.
Just calling the costume store.
Yeah, yeah.
No, we don't have mouse-sized cowboy hats either, Richard. Well, I'll make it myself then.
I gotta go to go get a haircut.
Adam's getting his
Are we done?
vagina shaved.
Yeah.
I'm getting a Brazilian.
You get your
haircut.
pussy waxed.
I call it a haircut.
Hold on. How long have we been doing?
No,
Oh, no, we got another 5 minutes.
Yeah, Adam wants to leave his job early
To get a haircut.
to go get a haircut. It's
To
more
get how
important.
much? A $95 haircut?
No, it's like it's
75?
$11.99.
No chance.
Yeah,
No way.
great clips, baby.
Yeah, right, dude.
Super cuts.
You go to some bullshit.
Don't expose
Damn.
me
I-
for my,
I-
for my
I-
haircut addiction.
I don't know what I'm doing, and I typed in Craigslist into the search on Craigslist
Uh-huh.
because I I have brain problems,
Yeah, yeah,
and you get some wild results.
yeah.
Like,
When you search Craigslist on
Yeah.
Craigslist.
there's one that says iPhone 6s cheapest on Craigslist, and it's clearly a Canon PowerShot. It's not a cell phone at all.
I want a new cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, I gotta clean. I hate cleaning, dude. I gotta throw away all my shit and
I'm
start
almost
fresh.
done.
I just-
1997 Toyota Camry, the best one on Craigslist. $2,000.
Respect.
This is mechanically the best and most reliable Camry on Craigslist. Adult owned by a mechanic.
What?
One owner.
No children driving around this fucking car. I'll tell you that much.
Adult owned.
What is that? It's adult. It's an adult car, which means pornography. We
Porn.
shoot porn
Yeah,
in it.
sex.
This is the Camry from Fake Taxi Driver from England. You guys ever see those pornos? Fake taxi.
Oh yeah. Black cabs.
Fake
Yeah.
taxi or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And it's some British guy.
Yeah, he's driving and then
Mhm.
he's.
We have a bit of fun.
Yeah,
Or you
that's.
say, love, have a
Yeah, I
bit
guess
of
it's
fun.
their bang bus technically.
There's a lot of fake things that it's like
Yeah.
we're to believe that this man convinced this woman to fuck him in the car.
My friend told me the other day that the most famous alumni of his high school, the two most famous were Jeff Bezos and the Reality Kings
The Reality Kings.
in Miami. Yeah,
That
yeah,
rules.
yeah.
Jeff Bezos went to Miami. Was from Miami.
I guess he's from Miami. Yeah.
Huh.
The Reality.
The
Kings.
Reality. Salute to those guys. They do good work.
They were. I was always more of a Bang Bros.
They were
entertainment
the
guy.
new kids in town for a while, and I didn't
Yeah.
trust it.
Yeah.
But it's now it feels like the NSYNC Backstreet Boys thing.
right. They're
Where
both.
I was on board with Backstreet Boys because of loyalty, but Reality Kings is doing, I think, better stuff these days,
Mm-hmm.
and it's undeniable, honestly. I keep getting this ad. I tried to.
8th Street Latinas was one of
Mhm.
their things.
Oh, was that them?
Yeah, I always wondered where 8th Street was.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, are these like a couple of New Orleans gals?
Yeah, there could be an 8th Street in any town in
Right.
America.
True. Maybe that's what it was. It kept.
I was like, am I supposed to know what 8th Street is?
Well,
So I was intimidated by everything.
pornography. You mean?
What?
It
No,
seems like you
literally-
had a real hang up with pornography.
No, I'm not consuming pornography. I mean, getting caught with it, yeah,
Right.
for sure. But like, yeah, like what? I did feel like I wasn't cool enough to know
To
what
jack
8th
off?
to 8th Street was. No, I beat off all the time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there
But
was.
did you feel bad about it?
I didn't feel bad. Again, it's like just getting caught.
Right. It's not the actual crime.
Yeah, no, I don't give a shit about things they do.
Yeah. It's not a conscious.
I do things that
issue.
make me feel good, and I don't consider the consequences.
yeah. Amen to that, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Should I? I did so many drugs over Christmas.
Ooh, damn! Beautiful, very large Chinese Ceylon jade Confucius statues.
How much?
$750.
Well, how big are
Easy
the
money.
jade statues?
Easy money. We
Yeah.
need those.
Don't tell Adam about it.
That's awesome.
Don't let him see it.
I'm trying to get more into statues in
That's
2019.
fucking awesome.
You already have statues in your apartment.
I got a couple. I want more though.
I should have someone make a statue of me. Does any? Oh, there's also.
Dude, you can go to like in China. They have like places you can get like perfect oil portraits done
in Chinatown or China?
in China. You just like you.
What the fuck am I gonna go? I'm gonna go to China. For
No,
that?
you get it online. They send it to you.
really.
You send them a picture or whatever, and they
Really?
can do it like perfect.
Shouts out. Okay.
Oh yeah, and then random task. He murdered his cellmate.
Whoa.
What? He's hard, dude.
That's crazy.
That's because rapists don't get the respect they deserve on the inside.
Yeah. Well, his cellmate was also a sex criminal.
Oh,
What's random? Is he still in jail?
Yeah. So this guy he
is he
pulled a woman.
Chinese or
Into
Korean?
He's Korean. He
Korean.
pulled of course he's Korean. He pulled a woman into his car, and then they raped her at gunpoint. And he said
They?
to her-
God.
He said to her, "It's
Yeah,
Christmas.
he's
it's your lucky
queer.
day."
Jesus Christ.
And then they tied her pants around.
Why are
her
you saying
eyes
they?
and
Is he
kicked her out.
queer?
Huh?
yeah,
he's-
they them.
Yeah.
He's they them.
No, there was another Korean with him.
Jesus.
Oh, they're two people.
So that's almost one regular sized penis. if
Wow,
you
he
combine
stops exact
Good one,
measurements.
Stops.
5'4",
You got him.
230 pounds.
them. Say what?
Same measurements as you. 5'4",
No.
230 pounds.
He's
No, I am
5'4".
taller and fatter. Thank you very much. I am
He's 5'4",
much taller
230
and
pounds.
much,
Wow,
much
stop.
fatter.
Just so you know, if you work hard enough, eventually you'll be able to have sex with a girl. Just like Joe's son did.
Are you saying I need to rape to
Wait,
have
his
sex?
name's Johnny Son?
Joe's
His name's
son.
Jomny Son.
Jomny
Yeah.
Son?
Wait a
It's
minute.
Jomny Son's
His
dad.
His name is completely different than the name I just heard.
It's
of
Jomny
course, I
Son's
was just
dad.
doing
Hey man, I got you.
Thanks, that
Please
was
let
good.
me fuck your pussy for aliens.
Yeah.
You're pivotal D.
Okay, Jomny, let me tell you why you're here. It's Christmas Eve, 1990. A woman's walking home through a carport. I'm an alien. Yeah, of course you are. At gunpoint, rapes her. DNA says it's you. I don't have DNA. I'm an alien. Yeah, that's not going to hold up, okay? You're fucked. You're absolutely fucked here. We got you dead to rights.
I'm a writer for
I just wanted them some pubsy.
So we can get a signed confession from you. And you're going to not do any of this fucking cutesy spell check off bullshit. All
Have
right?
you seen the
Just
horse
write in clear terms, I raped this woman.
woman and
I rebaped.
I write for the show where the horse goes to therapy on Netflix.
That guy's Twitter sucks my hardest of hard dicks,
yeah,
man.
he needs to get the wall.
What the fuck?
Trump
What
needs
is
to
the
kill
appeal
him.
at all there? I don't get
It's
it.
well, it's kind of gone from those misspellings to now like it's all self help.
But even the misspellings,
It's like if
is
you
that
have
just like?
anxiety, you can do it.
Yeah, I've seen those, and that's like whatever. But it's like, why was he popular in the first place? Is he just like a very sanitized, shitty, weird Twitter type of
Yeah,
guy?
yeah.
I had a mutual friend with him on Facebook, and they posted one of his tweets, and I was like, that guy fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Then he responded, and he was like, well, not for every, like, he said some, like, cutesy response. He wasn't even like, fuck you.
Yeah,
He just this, like, limp dick, like, oh, you know, everybody.
Yeah. And then what'd you do? Did you fucking
No,
beat him up?
it
You
ended,
fucked
yeah.
it. Fucked his ass.
I fucked your ass, Adam. I took my
Never fucked my
rage
ass.
out on your fucking,
Dun dun dun.
yeah. The
You
surprise
fucked your
twist.
ass.
And we sailed the seven seas, fucking Adam's
Fucking
ass.
Adam's ass.
Why
we
do we
held
have to
him
go to
down
different
and fucked
places?
his
I live
mouth
right
and fucked
here.
his little ass.
Because in international waters, it's not a crime.
Rape is not illegal.
It is
That
a-
was our job's only mistake. Yeah. Or that was random test's only mistake. Was not raping at sea. When you
You
rape
do that.
Adam at sea, you fucking in the ass. Well, folks, if you're listening, thank you for subscribing to our Patreon. Please come out and see me in Pittsburgh on January 11th. Harrisburg the night before that, January 10th. Buffalo, January 12th. And Schenectady on the 13th. And then I'm coming to motherfucking Phoenix on the 19th. LA, February 2nd, just added a second show. So please buy tickets to that motherfucker. And come see us on the fucking 14th. Funny Moms, the first one of 2019. We love you.
Is DC announced yet?
Oh yeah, it's March 30th. We're gonna be doing a live pod and stand-up show in DC at the Black Cat. We're coming back, baby. Come suck us and fuck us. That's gonna be a really big show. We really want to see you motherfuckers there. Saturday night, we in the spot. Don't believe me, suck cock. Woo! Suck on my dick. Fuck on my ass. I am gay. I'm gay now. I'm gay now. But yeah, all three boys will be there doing stand-up and a podcast. 2 separate shows. Come to both. Come to one. We don't, whatever. We'd love to see you there. So, etc. etc.
We'll post the ticket link once it's up.
Yeah, we'll post the motherfucking ticket link. But yeah, please come see me on tour. Come see us. Nick, weren't you in Chicago?
March something.
Nick's at the Lincoln Lodge in March at some point. So go see him there. Adam's got to go get a $42 haircut. It's probably more expensive than that, isn't
Yeah, Adam's getting a
around
really
there.
expensive haircut.
it? Dude, that's why
Well,
I
it's
save
the
money
shampoo,
cutting
dude.
my hair.
It's the shampoo station.
I just like saving money when I cut
Those
my hair.
Japanese, they do a shampoo style that you can't replicate anywhere else in the
What
world.
do they do?
it's incredible.
The actual shampoo or the way they massage your
The
scalp?
way they massage your scalp. I get 70% every time.
You
It
get
doesn't
chub?
matter if it's a guy or a girl. It's just pure. It's pure physical. Beautiful. Yeah,
That's-
whatever.
That sounds pretty horny to me.
Yeah. It's sex work.
I love sex work. I should sell. Do you think I could sell feet pics to guys who like big, fat, meaty feet?
You do have big feet.
I do.
Yeah.
Some guy DM'd me and asked about my feet and asked me a bunch of questions, and I was like, I'll answer these for $100.
Did he send you
He did
$100?
not send me
Fucking
$100.
loser.
I know.
Some guy was like, "Can I have sex with you for?" And I was like, "Oh, if you give me $100, this is how this starts."
No,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
then
have
I got
fucked
his
him.
ass, dude. I got his ass, dude. Well, he got my ass.
I
but
would
got
not have
his
fucked
ass.
him. I would have answered questions about my feet for $100. Hey man, maybe I'll beat off on Cam in a luchador mask for a nice amount. I don't. You
Yeah.
know, what do I care?
What are you guys doing for New Year's?
I'm
I'm
in
at Caroline's.
You're at Caroline's.
Yeah,
That sucks.
it's pretty. I mean, I'm excited for the shows, but I would like to go to a party. It's pretty gay.
2 shows.
2 shows.
Yeah.
And it's not even the kind of thing where you can get out of there because it's like
Yeah.
fucking Times Square. But they'll be fun shows.
Oh, we
yeah.
got to go to the Outer Banks in January.
Cool. When?
Oh yeah, great.
We got to book that. but
Okay,
We got a very special podcast guest.
we have a big guest.
I'm on the road a lot of. I might be on the road every week.
Well, let's
might
talk
just-
about it now after the show.
I might be good, just go by myself and do a little one-on-one.
I mean, that would be tight.
And get crazy out in the compound.
No, I want some of those drugs.
You're not allowed to come.
Well, you
I've
invited me
changed my
already.
mind.
What do you mean?
Can we
You
go
can't
in the
change
middle?
your
If we went in the middle of the week, I could come.
mind. We could. We don't have jobs, dude.
Let's do it.
All right. Yeah,
All
bye,
right,
guys.
yeah, because I want to go to that.
Later.
All right, bye everyone.
Bye.
One,
Bye.
one,
Bye.
one.
Let's just get started.
Let's rock and roll.
Let's fucking rock and roll.
Let's
I would
cock
like
and
to
roll.
issue an apology to everyone who
To who?
I didn't realize how easy it was to find that movie Death Ring.
Oh yes.
I haven't looked for it in probably 6-7 years,
Right.
so I didn't realize that everything's just online. I guess they released it on DVD subsequent to my looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
Subsequent means after, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Fuck, bro. Oh my
The
god.
sub makes me think under,
Yeah.
but
it makes me
under is
think
not a type
sandwich.
of time.
Sandwich.
Under the gun?
Yeah, but under you can't be like under.
Yeah, you can.
If I was like this kid's
Sub
sick.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ran Nick fucks sub Stavros levels.
So that means it was released faster than
You
when I
fuck
looked for it.
faster than I fuck.
Okay, that would be under.
Thank you.
But subsequent doesn't mean under. Sequent means after, but sub means under. So it means under after.
It means under after. Yep.
Yeah. Anyways.
So yeah.
I didn't realize. So I guess I'll give the money to William Mendoza who put it on a Dropbox for me.
Ooh, did he?
That's a good
Yeah.
look.
Anybody
Salute.
else that just linked to me to
Mhm.
Google results?
Suck dick.
You know what? Look, I didn't get here by taking it easy. All right. I
Yeah,
worked
you
very
literally
hard.
did.
Yeah.
You literally did.
Hold on a second. I worked very hard to get here.
No, you
that
didn't.
will be goddamned.
You
if
didn't
I'm
work
gonna,
at all.
I'm gonna if I don't clap back against laziness. Shout out to Teresa Calloway. Deleted her fucking Twitter.
Who's that?
Teresa Calloway was that Hillary lady that tweeted that
Oh, that lady.
Black Twitter
rules.
ain't be having no birdie. Did you see
You
this?
see that,
Nah,
Jamal?
you ain't-
Oh, it was great.
By the way, we got our boy Jamel Johnson. First time the BBW boys are together.
Hey,
We've
Is that
never
true?
is this true?
on this pod. Yeah,
Yeah.
Interesting.
it's
Fat
always
Riley's-
it's always
Fat
been when I've
Riley.
not been here.
Yeah, the Fat Riley reunion.
That's right. Jamel was LA me, and,
Yeah.
and Dana was obviously LA Adam.
Yeah.
And we're here
Don't say
together.
that about Dana.
I'm sorry. In that she's a woman,
Yeah. Okay.
but she is funnier than Adam.
Yeah.
All
All original bits too.
Yeah, very original. You know.
Mhm.
So
Honestly, Adam's my man, and I like that everybody hates him. Yeah, he sucks, dude.
yeah,
He
fuck,
sucks.
honestly, we can say fuck Adam easily. We all love him, and he can suck our hard cocks.
Yeah.
But yeah, me and Jamel's in the fucking trap.
Ew. I was supposed to bring y'all some DVDs too, man. I was at the Salvation Army,
Damn.
and they had
they had the Best of the Source Awards
Oh,
and Cat
what?
Williams, the Catapocalypse, the one where he looks like the mayor from Whoville, the fucking great
Yes.
cast with the 2 curls
Mhm.
on the cover.
I love the 2 curls.
I bought that shit and then like lost them. So
Damn.
whoever on the streets of Brooklyn,
Best of the Source Awards is something I didn't even
It's
consider.
funny. I remember DVDs
existing.
came out, and you're like, "Damn, how could it ever look better than this?"
Yeah.
And you watch a DVD now, and it's like this
Dog
is-
shit.
Yeah, it's
They
just
put that
filmed on
shit-
butter.
yeah, they
Yeah.
put it through a fucking spaghetti
Yeah.
strainer.
Somebody
Yeah.
sent me Jackass on DVD, the whole
Hell
box
yeah.
set of like it's like every Jackass, but also the movies they did, and please just watch
Yeah.
watch some Jackass, please.
Yep, the whole thing cost $17.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it looks terrible. especially
Also,
on
who
this
the
TV.
fuck is getting up and changing a disc?
Me?
Suck my dick.
Me?
No.
I love the
Fuck
disc
you.
experience.
Yeah,
That's stupid.
That tray.
No,
fun.
Dude,
I'm not
that's-
trying to
th-
stand
that's
up.
Only
It's
I love
cathartic.
these
No,
4K
fuck
Blu-rays. They make me watch the whole movie. When you can just thumb through, you're like, I don't want to watch this. You back out. You don't commit to anything.
I love not
But
committing.
when
anything.
I pop The Martian in on my
Mhm.
4K
Yep.
Blu-ray player, I know I'm strapped in to watch 2
Mhm.
hours of Matt Damon figure out math,
how to grow a potato or
how
something.
to grow a potato with math.
What happens at the end of The Martian?
I don't know. I put The Martian in and then turned it off.
I'd be more into DVD menu music than the movie.
That I do
Yeah.
miss. In fact, if Netflix had DVD menus as a thing you could
They do though.
watch,
They have that
Yeah.
automatic preview now. It's annoying as shit.
No. I mean, I want to click
what
on
you're
a video.
saying is you want the Blade Runner menu for
Yes.
everything on Netflix.
No,
For
I mean,
sure.
I want one of the options to be Blade Runner DVD menu.
I remember the DVD
click
for
on
Me,
it and I
Myself,
watch
and
it.
Irene.
Mm-hmm.
If you waited like 5-10 minutes without doing anything, there was like a secret option that would come up, and you could enable the Hank menu
Hell yeah.
where he was like twisted.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
There was cheat codes to a DVD.
Extra deleted scenes.
Remember
Yeah.
that shit? People would also do like hidden tracks too. You have to fast forward.
yeah.
And that's the only way it would show up.
Uh-huh.
Fuck all that, actually. I just decided.
Yeah. I just remember this story. I tried to find it. It was on Encyclopedia Dramatica back in the day, but it was about a kid that was like a freshman in college that got caught with child pornography because he had it on a CD that he turned into his teacher, thinking that it was his homework assignment. And they had the email he'd sent to his teacher where he wrote, "Oh snap! I accidentally turned in my mixed music CD."
My mixed music.
my CD of mixed music. But I just remember that "oh snap" part of it.
Oh,
It's
dang.
so funny. That's what snap means.
Oh, snap.
Oh snap! I turned in my child porn by accident.
Damn, dude. Imagine. And you know what really sucks? That guy, hard as shit, ready to beat off, sits down at the computer, puts the CD in. It's fucking graphs and
It's his
time.
homework.
He's
He's like, but if I have my homework, who has my child
Oh.
pornography? Oh snap!
Oh, snap. And then he downloaded a fresh thing of child pornography because
Yeah.
you're not going to solve that
Yeah,
problem
you
with a
might as well.
fucking
Yeah,
hard
yeah.
dick.
Yeah.
You're not getting locked up
Yeah, yeah,
in the
yeah.
next 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Step back in.
You know, that guy was panicked, and he's like, probably telling himself, he's like, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, yeah.
He's not gonna look at the CD. I emailed him immediately. It's been a long weekend. He's probably not even. He's got. My last name starts with an S. He's probably going through them in alphabetical order. I got nothing to worry about. Stop freaking yourself out, Samuelson. Stop doing it.
My therapist has told me about this. I'm always too worried.
I always assume the worst thing is gonna happen.
The only dickhead who turned his homework in on CD.
That's right.
As well.
That's-
Yeah, right. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, everyone else just printed it out.
Yeah. It'd be even funny to
Teacher's
print
like,
out
"This
child porn.
fucking asshole." Oh snap!
Oh, snap.
I accidentally gave you. Why not at least try? At least try and be smart about it and be like, it was baby pictures from my mom
Yeah.
of me.
Of my mom. Yeah, my mom sucking my dick.
By the way,
and my uncle
family-
fucking my ass.
My family's from Greece, and there's baby pictures of me and my.
Of me and my math tutor. Also, to be like, just say it wasn't you or your roommates
right,
or something.
exactly.
Like, what the fuck?
Like I saw my CD with my homework here. I don't know what the fuck I gave you. I think I might
Yeah.
have picked something up off my roommate's desk.
yeah,
And
exactly.
then the police kick down the door and we cart off your roommate with cerebral palsy who can't speak. The perfect crime.
You reprogram all his
Prosecutor's
little
like,
fucking.
Your Honor, cerebral palsy, child pornography, CP, case closed.
Just a giant chart that says CP.
Yeah. Two big ass sheets.
Yeah.
We reveal one to the next one. Yeah.
That is good.
Yeah. Anyways, Teresa Calloway deleted her account, which this woman didn't even have any followers, but like somebody screen captured.
Dude, it was
tweet.
the funniest shit of all
She,
time.
yeah,
bro.
somebody's talking about Bernie or whatever. She's some like Hillary supporter, but it's like a middle-aged white lady, and she goes, works at like an acupuncture clinic, and she's like, "This debate has already been played out. Black Twitter ain't having no Bernie." And then,
Some old Jewish bitch. Black Twitter ain't having no Bernie.
And then somebody responded something, and then she goes, "No, I'm not Black Twitter, but I follow Black Twitter, so that way I know that they ain't be having no Bernie."
Ooh, child, I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
Black Twitter ain't having no Bernie.
Her profile was out cheer for poetry, politics.
That's real, by the way. That's not a bit. We
no,
look.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's out cheer for poetry, out cheer for
Out here for a bunch of gay shit.
yeah,
basically.
politics, poetry,
Yeah.
and then Trump is cancer, God is a black woman, fight.
Yeah, God is a black woman was in there.
Yeah, but I did a deep dive on all of her tweets, and I saw her get into an argument with this other, like some black girl tweeted something about white people, and then some like libertarian
course.
white girl was like, you know, you're doing racism against me, and then this like Teresa was like, I'll speak
Yeah.
now, you know.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
she's
yeah.
like, allow me to offer you a perspective. Like she's like, I'm constantly having to challenge my own. She says, I do my ever loving best to clap back at my internalized racism.
Oh.
And then she goes, She says, she's like, I've noticed that if I'm in the grocery store and there's a black woman in my way, I get more angry with them. And she's like
What?
describing like, this is like beyond like whatever she thinks internal racism is.
yeah.
You know, it's not like
Yeah.
You
And
know.
whenever a black football team comes and tries to sell me candy bars, I slap it out of their hands and I say, "This is illegal. Do you have a permit to be selling them?"
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
that's just my own special brand of internalized
she's like
racism.
describing herself to be somebody that's legitimately extra racist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting madder at a black person in front of you at the grocery store is awesome.
Yeah.
No, she's never seen Rush Hour 2.
Yeah.
Not an ally. Come on.
That's
Absolutely
racist
not.
against the Chinese also.
Mhm.
Fact.
Mm-hmm. You, what was that part in Rush Hour 2? It was like,
Do you
Detective
understand the words are coming out of my
No,
mouth?
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
No,
Yes, understand.
Yeah, yeah.